Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Talk Live. I'm Guido coming at you from the left side of the Atlantic. Blah, blah.
And it's Pilgrim that, with his mouth that actually works as opposed to Guido from the correct side of the Atlantic with his new one-time offer Guido merch mug with a special attachment for the elderly person.
That's
It's
apropos.
the mug attached with glasses, so you can read and drink your tea at the same time. There you go. You can only get this once only. Send out to Guido's merch today to get your mug with glasses.
Are you reading it, or is the creepy mug reading it?
The creepy mug is reading it.
Yeah, that is strangely creepy looking, actually.
It is a bit, isn't it? But it's a one-off offer, and you can get one today.
It's a tad disconcerting if I don't say so, and I do. Pilgrim with the sub, thanks, man. And okay, one more coffee with the sub right off the bat. Thanks, much appreciated. Good morning. Take my money. Oh man, I have to wear the glasses, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to. Do you like my new wig?
I think the new baseball cap that you're wearing is fine. It should be
Yeah.
high and tight, sir, but it's not high and tight, is it? The Marines would absolutely kick your ass.
Oh no, it's fairly tight.
Ish. Well, it's
Ish.
not. It's
But
not NCIS high.
It's
and
got
tight,
that.
is
It's
it?
got that little Air Force, fluff,
the Air Force
fluff on the
quiff.
top. Yeah,
The quiff.
yeah. Ladies like it,
Oh, of course. That's why
Yeah.
the Royal Air Force is known as the Brill Cream Boys, because they used to smooth it all down with
Yeah.
Brill Cream.
Yeah. That never did anything for me, but that's my understanding anyway.
Nah,
That's what I heard.
it made you slip through the airstream better.
Yeah,
'Cause it was
yeah,
slick,
yeah.
wasn't it? It was
High
slick.
speed, low drag. High speed,
There you
low
go.
drag. What's happening
There you
over
go.
Bus?
Oh, he's flying. He's flying.
And your co hasn't showed up.
Oh dear, that's not good.
That's not my problem. Sounds like a company problem, my friend. It's also not your problem, I believe.
Yeah, sounds like a crew chief problem, that, isn't it?
You get paid either way, I think, my friend. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. Pearl Sod's here. Wayne, obviously Pilgrim, Randall. Who else we got? Stickler. Stickler's coming down to Pensacola. Fantastic.
Nice
Yeah,
one.
We got close to a hype train. Who else we got here? Okay, one more coffee. Bitwise. Heisenberg, good morning. Odd Dog, good morning. Artillery Bugs, good morning to everybody. If I missed your name, let me know. Pugger and I were talking before we got started. It's kind of a quiet time. This is fairly typical of spring and summer, though.
Yeah.
In World of Tanks, there's stuff going on, but it's not manic. Oh, you know what it is almost time for?
Well, front line, I think.
Yeah. No, that's not it. Think further down the line. We were just discussing the time of year that this occurs in. And it's good to get started with speculation early.
No, it's not. It's
You don't think it's time to start speculating about Christmas yet?
No, not quite. Let's get the longest day out the way, and then it can go downhill to Christmas. No. All right. Let's throw it out there.
Is
Christmas.
it June 20th? What is the
I think it's somewhere around the middle of June, isn't it? So yeah. So talk to me, Goose, in the house.
Wayne's ready. Wayne's got Santa.
Loot boxes. There you go. Wayne's got the emojis. He's got the emojis. Look at that.
All right, so we can't start speculating about loot boxes until the longest day.
Yeah, the longest day, and then you can put as many of these in as you want.
Okay. Well.
Freaking hell.
See, that's what I heard, Cliffy. I heard they're not doing it this year.
Yeah, I heard because they've had to pay so much money out on moving location that they can't afford to do Christmas loot boxes this year.
Yeah,
I think you're gonna get cotton candy. Cotton candy. That's all you're gonna get.
that's it.
Yep. Box of cotton candy each. That's a lot.
Where did cotton candy come from?
I don't know. I plucked it out of thin air. It's a very much an Americanism.
And a creepy mug with glasses on it.
Yes, cotton candy, and you get one of those free. You get an all-seeing, all-dancing Guido mug with a senior citizen's pair of eyes on it.
Morning, Goose. How you doing, man? We're starting the speculation early. Cool. Anyway, so what are we doing? What's happening? 100 Battle Challenge. All right, I finished the Stare WT.
I bet that was painful, wasn't it?
Well,
Seriously.
you saw that yesterday, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Okay.
binned the stream. We binned the stream yesterday, just like that. You just went, "I'm done. I'm off this now."
It's been a while since I've rage quit, and yesterday it happened again.
Yeah.
Well, not again, but it happened anyway. What the heck?
Yeah.
Why am I? That's odd. Well, let's go over here and see if I can get it to work. Is it good? Oh, why is my Chrome thing not working? Hold on, I have to do this. How about this? Yeah. Ooh. All right. So
Oh yeah, you're working.
these are my stats from the recent past, and of course now we can't see them all, so I'm going to have to adjust on the fly.
Move Pilgrim over.
There we go. Whoop. And whoop. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, is
Make
it?
it smaller.
That's a lot of stats.
Whee! There we go. This is very professional. Stick with us. All right, there we go.
Oh yeah.
All right,
It
so
was all pre-planned, wasn't it?
I was whining about how badly I'd done the last couple days, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty true. Check this out. In the last 7 days, 42% win rate.
Wow. Don't you just love stats? It just bears out the innermost feelings, doesn't it? Like, this game is rigged.
Playing horribly at 1966. Yesterday was okay. 28 battles at 23, but not up to my standards. Here's a weird one. Look at this. Survival. Yesterday, I had in 28 battles, I had a 39% win rate, and I survived 50% of the battles.
Wow. How does that happen?
I don't
You're
know.
just the last man standing, isn't
Well,
you?
I
You're
just
hid in the corner.
Well, a couple things. I'm playing the TDs because the stupid Scorpion and the stupid Stare, these are tanks, and I didn't do particularly well. I mean, I'm okay. I'm not doing great. Above the average of the players out there by a ways, but not. Anyway, let's go down here and check this out because I thought this was also.
Well, I just want to say you took your lead from that Leopard 1 that was sat in the corner all that time on that map. Right to the view. It was me, you and a light, me and a TD, and the Leopard stuck right in the corner the whole map until the last 5 minutes till he came out. No help to anybody else.
You stop talking about yesterday because I'm getting.
Yeah, yesterday's gone.
Yeah, I'm feeling bad now. Check this out.
Check the tea.
So, I love checking this stuff out sometimes because look at. Is this the tier 7s? Yeah, these are my stats right here. So tier 7 TDs. I'm doing the Stare. Oh, anyway, so there we go. My Stare is second from last. Win rate is third from last, and I'm already dreading the Scorpion, the baby Scorpion. It is it is the worst TD I play at tier 7.
Yeah.
I cannot play this thing.
Yeah. I don't know if it's you not being able to play it. I think it's a very, very difficult. Well, but they are difficult tanks to be effective in. You can't get into a brawl. You can't really affect the battle to any great extent unless you're getting other players to do some spotting for you and all the rest of it. I mean, you can't get in the faces with tanks like that because you die immediately.
Well,
So what do you do? You've got to hang back and rely on the team.
in the last 60 days, these are okay tanks. Actually, where's the Scorpion on that? Oh, there it is. They're actually in the middle in win rate, more important, I think.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
in the middle, slightly lower than middle. So now I'm doing better than average in these things, but nothing like I would have thought. Man, it was just an absolute struggle. But those win rates, holy cow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Well, that is distinctly down to the inability to affect the match. If you're in a medium or a heavy, you can have a dramatic effect on the match by just presenting your gun in the right place at the right time. If you're in a very soft TD with an open top, which can be HE'd out of the game with 1 or 2 shots, you can't afford to face hug anything. You can't afford to get in there to make a change. So you have to rely on the enemy team being spotted by your team and then being in the right position to take those shots.
Yeah.
So you can't affect the game as much.
That's like you said. They're 100. They are I don't know if they're 100%. I know what he's saying though. He's not really being absolute, but he is being absolute because
Yeah, they are map dependent.
It is an
absolutely.
important. It is definitely a very important factor with those tanks. It's frustrating, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, what do you learn from that? Well, you learn that if you're going to do a 100 battle challenge and you're going to play mediocre tanks, you're going to have to expect to take lumps.
Yeah.
And you can't
Suck it up.
go play a different tank basically at the end of the day, right? Go find something that's better and does better. Play premiums. There you go, Wayne.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, they are premiums.
Just play tier 8
Well,
premium.
no, hold on, they are premiums.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Son of a! Never gonna figure it out.
I love that. If you're going to be dumb, you better be tough.
Yep.
If your name's Sue, you better be able to fight.
John Wayne, life's hard. It's harder when you're stupid.
Yeah.
I feel like the fair play gamer guy in me, and I know this is the impossible dream, that I feel like you should be competitive in any tank. Now that's just well, it's relative. It is relative. I am competitive. I do better than a lot of people, the vast majority, in those two tanks. But at the same time, you can't expect everything to be. If everything had 1 hit point, went 1 kilometer an hour, had 1 millimeter of armor, and did 1 millimeter, you know what I mean? If they're all the exact same tank, then
everything was equal. All things being equal.
What's the point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I guess what you're relying on is not just your own abilities in any given tank, but also in those particular types of tank, you are relying very much so on team participation.
100%.
Now,
yeah.
you might get that, and you have a good game, but you're not going to get it every time. So it really, really drags you down.
What's interesting,
you can be effective every time.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting stats on that is 50% survival rate. Now, you know me, I don't hide in corners. I'm definitely doing standoff with those a lot more than I used to, just based on what Goose just said, that you need your team to not fold, so you can't get forward with those things in most cases until late game.
Yeah.
Some of it may be a little bit late in pushing out to clean up or to affect, but I don't think so, because I'm almost always too far forward. But I have a 50% win rate, or sorry, not win rate, I wish. Survival rate in those two things, which means I'm sticking around. I am around
being effective right to the very end of the battle.
Well, I don't know if I'm being effective. I'd have a better win rate if I was being effective. I know what you're saying, but I'm there, and the potential is there. Let's put it that way. I am preserving enough votes to potentially impact the game. So the question then becomes: Am I only able to impact 39% of the games in that tank? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know it's not a direct correlation to those numbers, but you get my drift. Even with a 50% survival rate, I'm still not impacting the game enough to push the win rate higher, at least in that small sample size.
Yeah, and that bears out in the stats. How do you change that? You can't change that. It's beyond your scope when you're playing the game to be able to change that in any great way. So I guess any player would have that particular situation, whether he's a 66% Unicom or a 48% not Unicom. You know what I mean? The ability to affect a game in that type of tank is limited by that type of tank. If you're like I said, if you're in a medium or a heavy, you have a better chance, let's call it.
That's what you're saying. Yeah. So that being said, let's jump over into the garage and take a quick look at what my 100 Battle Challenge stuff has got me. So far this month, I was number 1 in that Ciliardi, but I think I've been kicked down to 3. So I'm 3rd. I'm 10th in the LHM TV. Remember, I was trying to do that. I was trying to do a spotting mission or something, and I played it quite a bit. I didn't realize I played it that much, though. That kind of blew my mind. I never got the mission done, just FYI.
The whole reason to do it, and you didn't get it done.
So number 10 of that thing. The Stare, despite all the struggles, 20th. Now, it doesn't get played a whole bunch.
No.
So let's see. Actually, there may not even be that many people on the board, to be honest. Is that it? Yeah, there's only 3 pages of board, so it's not that amazing to be 20th with only, I don't know.
Right, okay, but it's not
150 people playing it, and I only managed to get to 20th. 45% win rate in that run. Ugh. Terrible. In fact, my damage ratio. Oh, that's destroyed. Where's my damage? 630, 1200.
Right. Okay.
Like this dude, old Apache here. He's laying the smackdown. 57% win rate, 1800 damage. Goodness gracious.
Oh dear. I think you need to contact him. And
I
get
do
some
need to
advice.
contact Apache. Can I? Let's see this guy. All right, Apache, what's going on here? Yeah, he's a good player for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
But is he a good player in that particular type of tank?
Well, he's in. Yeah, 57%.
Yeah. In that tank.
Yeah.
Not overall.
Oh, I don't know. He looks like he's pretty good in just about anything he's playing.
Oh, okay. Fair one. Yeah.
Yeah, solid player for sure. Cool. Anyway, so I thought that was semi-amusing for people, I guess.
Well, it's amusing for me.
Yeah. So we're done with the stare. Maybe what I'll do is for the next couple tanks, grab some of the good premiums I have left. Like, I don't know, what do we got here? What's a good premium I could bolster my ego with? What could I boost my ego with?
Yeah. Feel better about it.
Like this one. I was at about 68% in this. I'm now at 61, so it's been a slow descent into madness as well. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the fourth leg of the battle pass, Pluto. Well, yep, that is a subject for sure. See, here's what's starting to become a problem with my 100 battle challenge. The reason a lot of these tanks don't have 100 battles is because they're not that great.
Yeah.
Some of them are.
There is. Yeah.
Some of them
are we
are.
doing a little bit of the CC thing there? Are we?
Yeah.
Are we saying, as a CC, I'm only good because I only play preferable tanks?
Look, I still do good at them. I'm only competing against myself.
Yes, exactly.
I have my body of work, that how good I've been in the past, which may not have a whole lot to do with the current meta, and sometimes that's a problem. People have a hard time changing their gameplay to meet the current meta. That absolutely happens.
Yeah. Set in concrete, not moving.
Yeah, so a lot of these are going to be a struggle. All right.
Well, then you see, this is why you need to platoon with me, because I will be infinitely worse than you, so you'll feel better about yourself. You know what I mean? If I come in with the same tank and just get like shit all over, you'll go, yeah, at least I'm better than Pilgrim. I'm not sure how much that's worth, actually.
It's always good to be a big fish in a small pond.
That's the one.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I always learn, man. Sometimes you start feeling good about yourself and you move into the bigger pond and you're like, these are some big fish around here.
Fish in this one.
I'm going to go hide under this lily pad here. Okay. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it for channel news. Next stream will be Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, so I should be streaming on Tuesday.
Well, I'm off on Monday anyway, but I don't know what time I'll get in on Tuesday. But if you're streaming, I get home in time. As I said to you before, I've changed my working hours, so I don't finish until 18:30 hours.
All right, no worries.
On a weekday. Yeah, so I don't get home till 1900 hours.
Pluto says,
wow, 2 o'clock your afternoon.
Okay. Pluto says, competing against myself, you'd think I'd have a better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I know for a fact my win rate would be so much better.
That's the trick, though, about competing with yourself, because it's yourself, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the man in the mirror. And who cares, really, overall, how you rack and stack against everyone else, as long as you're trying to make yourself better.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just the way I see it.
But I can't get my head around people who play chess against themselves. Because whenever I've tried to play chess against myself, I've always cheated, because I know what the other person's going to do.
Goose wants me to check T-37. What is that?
Was a tank for your next 100 battle challenge?
No. Is he talking about in the?
Like
is he up there? I think is he in there? Let's find out. Is Goose number 1 in the T-37?
Is he? Is he number 1?
I don't know.
Whoa, that's rigged if he is.
It's a US. It is a 6, I think, light tank. Is that right?
T-37.
Yes, it is. Go to rating. Number 7.
Whoa,
Number 7
check
with the
him
bullet.
out.
Nice, man. Nice.
Still
nice.
rigged. Still rigged, Goose.
Well, I mean,
If he's in the top 10, he's rigged it.
Goose
Simple.
is maybe the biggest rigger I've seen in the game.
I've
man.
seen it, mate.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he streamed with his rigging set up and he forgot to switch it off when he was streaming. I've seen it all.
None of that is true. That is not true at all. Goose is not cheating. No, sir.
No, he's not. No,
He's not.
Bless him.
He's a great
But
egg.
he is Canadian, so there is a caveat to all of that, isn't there?
Probably Pilgrim just chucks the. Pilgrim just chucks the.
There it is. Look, colonies, you colonials.
You
look.
silly colonials. Yeah, I instantly regretted saying that, Cliffy.
I love you, Goose. Don't you?
I instantly, in that manner anyway, I instantly regretted
you
saying
see? He come back as good as he gets.
that. All right. Let's see, what else we got? I think that's it for channel news. Are we done with that? We beat that dead horse. Is that horse
I think so.
well
I think
and
we'll-
truly
we'll
dead?
talk about your miserable
All right.
failures. Yeah.
That's rude. Missions and
True.
specials.
Yes. Yes.
Commence blue light special.
I'm gonna find it. There it is. Blue light special. Here we go. Yeah, get it upside down. Get it the right way.
All right, there we go.
That's it. It's yours.
There we
All
go.
Switched off quick.
All right, what do we got for sale, folks? What do we have for sale? A couple new tanks, I think, are in here. Yes, the Astron Rex, my friends.
Yes.
If you do not have one, is now in the shop. The little shop of horrors. It is $43. It does not come with any extra stuff.
It's still a lot of money, though, isn't it? If you think,
Yeah.
well, I guess that's the standard price these days, really.
Yeah, it's a little high for a medium, but I think that's one of the better mediums, so it ends up
Yeah.
skewing higher. The Lorraine is out there as well, but you're getting a camouflage splinter European winter and desert, so you're paying a little bit for that 2D style.
Okay. I mean, I think this day and age now with wargaming, you're going to be paying $38 to $48 for just a medium tank, aren't you? So yeah.
It's interesting because
Oh,
they cut the price in the last couple of years. That may have been 2 years gone by now. I lose track of time, but they did. Remember, they did that global price cut, and that seems to have bubbled back up to more or less where it was.
Yeah, they got to pay for the big move. They've got to pay for the big move, mate.
It's hard to tell because their pricing is not standard in any kind of way.
No, there isn't. No.
Right,
They
there's
make
no-
up price every time.
Yeah, there's no list that says heavies cost this, mediums cost this. It's slightly changed by the popularity and how good the tank is generally, I think.
I think somebody's sitting there at a desk at wargaming.
Yeah.
You know, obviously his task is to see how popular each of these tanks are and then price accordingly.
I might do the Astron Rex actually, Bitwise. I did play it once or twice recently and remembered how good it is. And I do not have 100 in it, so that is definitely on the list right there. All right, Lorraine, so that's pretty good medium, fellas. It really is. The Thunderbolt is back. That is one of the many versions of the Sherman at Tier 6.
Goose is going to buy it and become in the top 10. He'll get in the top 10 with his Thunderbolt. Old Goose.
Do it. Goose doesn't have the
see you do
Thunderbolt?
that.
Goose, you got to hit the Thunderbolt, my friend.
The
Yeah.
thing is with that, the thing with the Thunderbolt, to be honest, Guido, it's like there's about 4 or 5 different Sherman variants, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and so do you buy them all, or do you just buy the one that
Yeah,
you
of course you do.
do well in? You know, of course you buy them all, yeah.
Because I get my kickback on everything you pay
That's
for.
right. Sorry, blue lights going back on again. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thunderbolt, buy it now. Buy it now.
Buy it all. Buy,
two,
buy,
Goose.
buy,
Goose,
buy.
buy two.
Buy two.
Buy one to get one free.
Get a spare in case one gets destroyed. You get right back in the
Bog
game.
off. It's a bog off. Goose, buy it. It's a bog off.
You laugh about that, but you can have two T-34s, right? T-34, T-34 Bravo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tanks you can have two of. If
The
you want.
Rudy. You can have the Rudy and the other one that's not the Rudy.
Yeah, but you can't play them at the same time.
Really?
Well, yeah, if one gets destroyed,
Oh,
you,
because you
got to wait for it to come back. With the 34 and the 34 Bravo, if one gets destroyed, you just come out and jump in the other one.
jump in the other one. Yeah,
Which
exactly.
can't be the same crew, but
No,
the Mivi's back, folks. Is this the first time this has been sold since Christmas? I think so.
I haven't seen it before, so I'm thinking it is. You know.
Yeah. So if you missed it,
Get
You
it?
missed the Mivvy at Christmas. Here it is again. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's automatically head and shoulders above the Tier 8 Tech Tree tank, which I think is pretty good. But I haven't dug into it.
It does have a rather large weak spot on the top of the turret.
Let's go with the numbers. How is it doing, actually? How it is doing? Stand
How
by,
it's
folks.
doing it.
Let's find out. Ooh. All right, so we only need we need both. Holy cow. Look at all the premiums. Let's do win rate. Where's the MIBI? The MIBI 4 thing is down here. All right, so it's certainly not vying for top 10, but it's up there a ways. Now, where is its counterpart? The Tech Tree version is... It's not as bad as many Tech Trees tanks, I guess. This data gets a lot of noise in it, though, because people are grinding through it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to take that with too much seriousness, I guess. But it's at 48.44, where the MIVI is at. Where's that thing? It's way up here. 49.89. That's not a huge difference, I guess.
No.
Another 100 or so win 8 again, because of the stock grind stuff. There's just a lot of noise in that.
Yeah.
Here, Cliffy's got some
It'd
more.
be nice if you could have a like-for-like comparison. So, if the stock data the stock data was just with the top gun, the top turret, the top everything, as you would expect your premium to have.
So
then
the
that
ace
would be a more comparable.
The ace requirements, Cliffy's, that's another good stat. But again, there's some noise in that stat, I think, from people playing at stock. Still, that's another good indication. So I guess, despite what I just said, in general, the stats show that the MIVI is a little bit better than the 3, but I kind of like the 3 better, I guess.
Yeah. I
don't
mean,
know.
Gator's right. The Tech Tree has less of a tumour than the premium. The premium has a fairly significant tumour,
Right.
which you can't effectively hold down in the premium.
Well, you can. I mean, that's its strength. It's just the tumor's going to get shot at.
Absolutely.
So
It's
medium
just a
range,
massive weak spot.
medium
And
range,
it's-
rather than letting them poke you from 10 meters
Yeah,
away.
and because it's not off centre so much, it's
Yeah.
it's easily, what's the word, shottable. It's easily shottable, isn't it?
Well, there's one, whatever side it's on, I don't remember.
Yeah.
So you're peaking one way or the other, there's a difference in how much is being exposed.
Yeah.
Oh, aces are even closer. All right.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well, the low alpha is what kills the 3, and you put the bigger gun on it, and it just stinks. It stinks. Did Brute Bros find his co-pilot yet? Is he still here? I think he's gone. His co must have showed up. He's in the middle of pre-flight.
Yeah.
I forgot what he told me. I think he's flying for an airline somewhere, or maybe it's FedEx. I bet it's FedEx based on his schedule. I think he's a FedEx guy.
Gosh, that's a job and a half, though, isn't it? FedEx.
Yeah, he doesn't have to deal with talking cargo.
Yeah. Talking cargo. Airbus flyer.
The cargo,
Airbus pilot.
the cargo doesn't talk on a FedEx jet.
That was the no, or a UPS one. But that was the
Yeah.
that was my parting shot to low blow every time we finished talking with each other. I said, "Yeah, go off and drive your bus now," because he was a bus pilot, wasn't he?
Flying rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
All right.
Be careful.
What were we doing?
I can't.
We were shilling and we just went off on
Shilling.
a... Oh,
We
that's
did it on a
right.
tangent, yeah.
We did. So let's go back to shilling. Let's get back to it. Sorry, World of Tanks Overlords, we failed. All right.
Miserably.
The TL1 LPC is back. And it has the Offspring thing.
Is that with the crew as well then, or is it not just the
Yes,
the skin?
it is, with Band of Brothers perk and enough XP for 100% trained skill perk. So you can do the old buy it and get the gold and get your crew thing if you're really into that stuff anymore, which is probably not.
No.
Because look at this. Well, I mean, once you get going in this game, this surprised me. And also, too, and in addition to, I didn't know if you... Let's go on another tangent just because I'm thinking about it. I had a little star red thing up on my barracks. I'm like, why do I have new barracks, guys? So I clicked on this and I went, how do I have so many unique crew? They're just
All recruits.
oh, they're all no. These are all the special ones that I haven't used yet.
You haven't used yet. Okay, got you.
I still have.
Where did you get them all from?
Well, let's look at this because that's
Okay.
the point. Nice segue, Pilgrim. Thank you.
Okay.
Well done, sir. Yuri Gagarin, remember him? He got him like
Oh, yeah.
14 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I
Yeah,
have
that was
until
ages ago. Yeah, and we got loads of other spacemen with him as well.
yes, but I haven't used Yuri, and but I do. The good news is I have until 2099 to do it.
Well, that's all right. You'll probably fit it in between now and then. Then.
I'll be 130 something years old, I believe, by then or so. 127 years old.
That's all right.
37. 30, math and
Yeah.
public. 67, 99. 37 years old. 137.
Yeah, that's all right.
I think I'll have connected to the Matrix by then.
You probably will do. You'll have a chip embedded inside your brain.
Absolutely.
Somewhere.
Battle Pass Season 7. That's this one, I believe.
Yeah, she come up with it, or they come up with it.
All right, so this is the one I did not know. Fart of strategy. Somewhere in those missions were crew.
Wow. Now I'm pissed off. I didn't do
Where
it.
where I don't even know where they were. I have no idea where you got the crew members. Does anybody know? Cliffy, cue the Cliffy. Cliffy, tell us.
Yeah, Clippy will tell us.
Now I'm spitting when I talk. Wow.
Well, you're getting that age, aren't you?
I am.
I mean, you're selling cups with glasses on. What more do you want? You know what I mean? You're getting old, mate.
It's all in the mind.
Yeah, it's all in the mind.
It's all in the mind, my friend.
You don't mind and I don't matter.
Chip is in my phone. No need to improve. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They are listening. They're
Yeah.
they're downloading my intelligence right now, and they're discarding
I'm not
it.
listening to
They're
that one.
they're discarding it. No, that's the private.
That's the drug one. That's the burner.
I saw a. Here's another tangent. I saw a clip from the original Matrix, and they
Oh,
were
right.
the story was talking about some of the technology and stuff that they developed for it. Fake. They didn't develop it, but the stuff they imagined and was in the movie.
Yeah.
And the one thing was this. It was a Samsung flip phone with all this like extra tech stuff strapped. And I'm like, that was a height of. In that day, the height of technology, and then they they made that seem different, But I'm like, oh my god, that's not even close.
No, it's not, is it? Those phones are used by small children as Barbie doll accessories.
There were 5 Art of Strategy guys, and I have them all. And what I didn't, they all have Brothers in Arms.
There you go. Cliffy's got it again.
Yeah. And I still have Return of Waffentrager. I got a Max von Krieger in here. All the Battle
Oh,
Pass
you still
guys.
got him, have you?
Yeah.
I don't know where to put him. He's somewhere in the tanks.
I got 1279 early crew because what I did there is, let's just roll off into another tangent because this is completely random thoughts now.
Yeah.
So this is a completely different subject, guys. When I was thinking about how I would do the 279 early missions, I talked about I would get all of the missions before done with honors and free up all of my orders.
Yes.
All right, of which on Excalibur and Chimera you can get 8 if you do all of them with honors, all of the last mission with honors. So you have 8 of them. Still working on one, the Chimera. Then all you have to do is get one 279 early done mission 15 with honors, and you would get the 9th one, and then you can unlock 3 of the 279 early missions with honors.
Yeah.
And then you'd already have the other one done because you did it. But then I thought, well, shoot, I did not know. Can I actually just unlock the 15 without doing all the missions first and unlocking it? And you'll see how it's locked.
Yeah.
But what I found out, where's the one I did? Here it is. You do not. So I wanted to test that.
Okay.
So I clicked on that one, and I unlocked it with orders. So that's the tangent. Yes, you can do it that way. I think I knew that, but I was thinking about it one day, and I went, that's a fatal flaw. If I actually have to go through all these to unlock 15 to use my orders on it, then that's going to be really painful. But you don't.
So you can actually do it before you unlock it all?
Yes, with orders.
With orders?
With orders, yeah. You can't just click on it and do it.
You can recover your orders from from playing the other sections of it. Any orders you recover can then be applied to the 15.
Well,
You know you're recovering orders, aren't you? If you do,
no, I don't have to. I don't need to recover. I haven't used it. I don't use orders for any of these things. I've saved them all.
Oh, I get you. Okay, all right.
I would have to do that if I had used any. My point is, all the orders I get from these two,
Yeah.
and I had 7 of them
Yeah.
so far. So I used 3 to unlock this number 15 without going through all this. I just wanted to verify that that was possible. 'Cause
Okay.
I didn't know.
Did you actually do that then? Did you unlock?
I did, which is why,
Oh.
circle back,
Yeah.
I have one 279 early crew right now because I unlocked it.
Got you. Got you. Right. Okay. Cool.
Bitwise,
That's the way to do it.
Bitwise, you may be right, my friend, but then the rest of the plan falls to pieces. The rest of the plan can't happen if I do it that way.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm a little bit closer. Incoming helped me out pretty good with a couple missions, but
Right.
anyway, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 16 of these things. Now a couple of these, like this one, is nation locked.
Yeah.
So I have a one Japanese crew member. I have a Italian, a Swedish, and it's all one-offs. So and a Chinese. So I don't know how I'm ever going to use those or why I would ever use them, but
because you have all the tanks and you've got crews in all the tanks. That's the problem, isn't it? You've now got these extra crews. Where do you put them? But did you not miss out on being able to change their jobs and all the rest of it with all the
well, you can do that once you recruit them. Then you can do that kind of stuff.
You can
with gold.
change them,
sure.
can't you? Yeah.
Now, I don't know. Can you do that with these commander locked guys? Like if I take old Yuri, who is USSR and commander locked, and I recruit him, can I then change him to a gunner or something with gold? Anybody know?
Okay. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Anybody done that? I assume you can.
Because he can take his skill set to a different part of the crew, couldn't he?
Sure. All right, so that was a good tangent.
It was a good tangent, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were still shilling. All right, back to shilling.
Yeah. Back to shilling.
What else we got for sale? Offspring. Don't play their music. Greedy bastards.
Yeah. It's crap anyway. Anyway, well,
I used to like their music. It's nothing against the band. It's the freaking music industry. They're just cancer. All right. We're going to DMCA strike you for playing our music. Oh, because a couple hundred people saw your song and might want to get it? You freaking scumbags.
Yeah, funny old thing, that, isn't it? Eh? Free advertisement.
You're making money off my song. Bloody hell, dude. No, I'm not. No. Certainly not as much as you are, you clown. All right. Absolute dirtbag. Just dirtbags. Just scum. And I'm a free market guy. That's probably why it makes me so angry.
Exactly it, isn't it, mate?
All right. You got your chocolate and my peanut butter. Mivi Offspring ISU 152K, so you can buy the gun that it used to have. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Skoda 50 TP. I think that's it for shilling, man.
Yeah, there's not an awful lot. There is some new tanks I just suggested there, but not an awful lot.
All right.
It's what it is.
There is something else I found, though, while I was looking around. If we go into the store, my friends. Now, Pilgrim checked this, and he doesn't have it. But if you go here to the Star Best in the client store and zing down here to the bottom right, I'm going to move my camera.
Yeah.
Because down here for me, I found this little gem, Your Gold Specialties. And I went, well, what is that? It just says Gold Specialties. This is my Gold Specialties. For 750 gold, I can get 5 plus 50% doodads.
Credit boosters.
For 7 cents.
For gold.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Boom. Now I got 5 of those. That's cool. I don't know if
you another offer after that.
No. So I don't know. Sometimes that little area is worth checking. Yeah, Diablo. I kind of thought so too, especially since this gold is all from Wargaming anyway.
Yeah.
For me, because it's all from box gold.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
But the question is, Guido, what triggered that on your account? Because it doesn't trigger on mine. I completed Battle Pass. We thought it possibly could have been linked to that, so I did a completion. I
But it wasn't.
paid for the last two stages and
Yeah.
didn't come in. So what is the trigger for that offer?
I don't know. If anyone else has it, sing out in chat. I'm curious how that is done. And if anybody has an idea of how it came to my account, I don't know. I don't know if it's random or what. No idea. Well, you have a bunch of boosters, but do you have credit boosters?
Yeah, that's the point. I mean,
Yeah, I have a ton of boosters. It's the credit boosters that I look out for. I'm not worried about nearly any of the other ones. Just doesn't matter at this point. But the credit boosters are nice to have.
Yeah.
You might argue at 37 million, I don't need those either. But you know what? More.
It'll spend it, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly. The magic of a CC.
So my thought is it's somehow kind of random and changes around for each player, or maybe there's a group of players that get this and a group that get that. I don't know. If they were smart,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying this doesn't happen, maybe it does. There'd be some kind of algorithm to look at the accounts on stuff they might be low on, and sort of send a little. You know what I mean? Send
You
a little.
do get that feeling, don't you? You
Yeah.
do get that feeling because I've had some specific offers, I feel,
Yeah.
over the years. I'm thinking they're targeting that because I don't have so many of that. I've the discount coupons.
Yeah.
I sort of every now and again it pops in, and I'm maybe in my own mind I'm connecting it to something, but I'm like, oh, that's been targeted. Who's
Yeah.
to say?
I mean, there's advertising algorithms that do that stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised. As long as it's a decent little deal like that. Why
Yeah,
not?
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. May rundown. Let's go over there and see what we got. Oh my gosh, I hate it when it does that. You still with me?
I am.
Okay. And you're frozen too. Great.
I am frozen, but
Yeah, hold
you
on.
can hear me still.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Whew.
All right, cool.
That was almost
Moving.
disaster. I did that thing again where I move
That thing.
the mouse and I click, and somehow I drag every window down into the taskbar. I don't know how I do
No,
that.
it's
know
it's
how I
technology,
do that.
Grandad. Technology.
Do not know how I am doing that. All right. It's very scary. All right, let's go here. This is really hard today. Why is it so hard today, Pilgrim?
I think it's because it's the 1st of May. But nothing other than a random suggestion. It's the 1st
You think
of
it's
May.
1st of May? That's what's done it? May Day has done
That's
it?
what, yeah.
Okay.
May Day's done it.
Oh,
Bugger.
Commander AF's code is 100 more,
Yeah.
I believe. And that's going to get you a Broth. The other thing about her code this week, though, because it is the 100th anniversary, or 100th episode, sorry, not anniversary, of whatever what's it called? What's Next, or whatever, is
Oh yeah, the video thing she does.
there's a camo available as well.
All right.
So, a little
We're
bit
going to
different.
see a whole bunch of Burrusks in game over
Yeah.
the next couple of days, aren't we?
It's that party style camo with lots of colors on it, but there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, May rundown. We were discussing this as well. Where is the May rundown? Is it already over? What the?
It's part of the memorial thing, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you go to the memorial tab on the right.
This thing. Okay.
Yeah, you
thank
see
you.
with Old Glory.
There you go.
There you are.
We were talking about this. There is some stuff going on, but it doesn't feel like a whole lot of stuff right now. And this article is becoming almost useless now.
Yeah.
There's so little detail on this article at times now. It's
Yeah.
referral, okay. Battle Pass, okay. Art of Strategy ends on the 5th. There's not even dates. Oh, there is dates. It's right there. 4/5, 4/5.
What does that mean? When does it end then?
Because on the NA server, when they say the 5th, they mean like 6 in the morning on the 5th. So essentially, the 5th is
Right now.
not usable.
Wow. Yeah. Because they can't time zone it correctly, so they just throw it out there, don't they?
Yeah. Global map. I don't know if anybody who's watching this cares about that, but if you're doing Clan Wars, you may. Charity streams. That's pretty cool. We got a USO thing coming up and another K9 thing coming up, which is good. We have on-track missions, the STB and the Rhinoceronte. Weekly Watcher drops are ongoing, guys, and this May CC Showcase, I saw an article somewhere for the 3 streamers, not me. I haven't been invited yet. May, see, this is just, all right, some specials, crew, team effort. There'll be another crew special on the 20th to 23rd. There'll be a Memorial Day thing for NA. And then, hey, we're selling stuff.
Yeah.
There's not even details in this anymore.
No, just saying French is
Soviet, French, Germans.
Attack unit and top corner bundles.
This
Well,
has just
what do you
become,
do?
yeah, this has just become like a mail-it-in event on this thing now.
This very much is in it junk mail coming through your letterbox. This is what it is.
Dude.
Yeah. Thanks, Wargaming, for all that information about nothing.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So there's your May rundown, guys. I mean, you know,
Yep.
all the news that's fit to print, my friends, on May is right there. You're really you're getting a lot out of that. You know what I mean?
I feel informed. I feel very much informed.
It's an XP Fever weekend. Pretty standard stuff. Happens while you go. Okay, man. I think that's it. That was a terrible job of shilling, but you know what?
We tried, but it's hard, really. It's hard when the well is dry. It is hard to get a drink, isn't it?
That's right. All right. Start over, Howie. Okay. Hey, it's Guido coming at you from the left side of the Atlantic.
And it's Pilgrim coming at you from the correct side of the Atlantic with a new Guido mug for senior citizens with glasses attached. Look, get one today.
Now I'm going to fast forward through everything we talked about. Blah, 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 yada, yada.
Yeah. Well,
Subjects du jour. Boom. Here we are.
Front line, says Haber.
Well, Haber, that's the thing. Thank you for that because it goes with what we were saying. Wouldn't it be nice if there was some information on Frontline in the May rundown?
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't it just? Does that mean that they haven't thought about it? Does that mean that they're still working on it? Or does that mean they've completely forgotten it?
Yes.
Exactly. How do we know? Why should we know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I did see on a third-party site there was a date, May 23rd. That's my understanding.
Okay.
But as you can see, there is no information in the May rundown.
No.
Also, too...
we know that it's all tier 8, don't we? Or do we?
I don't know.
There you go. See, we don't, do we?
All right.
Yeah.
And then here's the information we know about Chapter 4. Stand by. I got a sound bite for you. Here we go. All right. That's it. That's what we know.
That's it. That's it.
Hopefully, if my technical skills were correct, you heard crickets. If you didn't hear crickets, then that was...
Oh, I heard silence. I just heard silence.
No, you did it. Did it not work?
It was like, no, it was a dust devil.
No, Wayne got it. He said, pay the crickets. See, he heard crickets.
All right, pay the crickets.
He heard the crickets. That's everything we know. Roosters.
You got
the wrong dang animal in there, man.
I got doves that are louder than that that sit outside the front of my window here. Randall's hearing cows.
Crickets. That's all we've got. Crickets. Cricketsville. What comes out of your pie hole? Cricketsville. That's all. That's all we got. Chapter 4. Supposed to be this big deal. Frontline.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the sound of silence, said Simon and Garfunkel. To nobody in particular.
I have no idea. Whatever. It's supposed to start.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think before potentially. Before this chapter ends, which means it has to be. If we back it up, when does this end? 28th of May? 29th?
27th, 28th, isn't it? Let me just check.
If we figure it's going to be a 10-day marathon style thing, this is pure speculation, guys. ends on the 29th, which is a Sunday. That makes sense. If you backed it up 10 days, that means like maybe Thursday the 19th, maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
is when Chapter 4 is going to start, which means it's going to run concurrently with Frontline. Now, Frontline did give Battle Pass points, so that's the good news.
It did, didn't it? Yes. So
Last
there's
time.
a connection.
Yeah, last time it did. So
Yeah.
you should be good. You should be able to do both at the same
Do
time,
both. Yeah.
concurrently and at the same time.
In tier 8s.
Yeah, we do know that they did tell us it will all be tier 8s.
Tier 8s, yeah.
Well, that's the other speculation, that it starts on the 29th and is essentially going to extend Battle Pass, not the main one where you won't be able to finish.
No,
you have
no.
to be finished with it when you're doing the marathon.
Yes,
So
do chapter 4.
the other option
do the marathon.
is it starts on the 29th and goes for X days. So I don't know.
Yeah. That's right, Randall. Tell everybody Guido said that's what's happening.
Yeah. That's pure guessery. And my
Guessery,
record
right.
on guessery is about 32% at best. All right.
Pilgrim's math teacher. Never had a maths teacher. I had a maths teacher. Never had a math teacher. Good grief, you colonials. Put the S on things, will you?
Why does it need the S? It doesn't need the S.
It's maths. It's math. It's not math. It's not math. There's no such thing as math. That's just being lazy. You're being lazy with the Queen's English, sir.
We watched a movie last night, actually.
Did you?
Indirectly about maths. Alan Turing,
Yes. Turing.
Turing, who
Turing.
was
Colonials.
one of the main guys who broke the Enigma machine
He did.
and the Ultra
Yes.
program.
Yeah.
There were some fairly significantly sad life details about that man,
There were.
and
Exactly.
he was done wrong
He was.
in a lot of ways, man. It was a great movie, though. Really good movie.
Yeah.
What was it? I can't
I've
remember
been
what
to the site where he worked during the Second World War. As a tangent, during the Second World War, they created a whole establishment, which is just down the road from me, and staffed it with predominantly females to do all the decoding work and the secret.
Yeah, once they broke it, yeah, Bletchley,
Yeah.
Bletchley Park.
That's it, Bletchley Park. And the original machine, Enigma machine, and everything is there. You can go and see it. It's an awesome place. It is so steeped in history. It's unbelievable.
So basically,
But
his idea, what he built, his machine he built to break the code. Once they kind of figured out how to, what happened is they got a couple common words. They finally realized there were a couple common words, and once they were able to give the machine a couple words, it was able to break it down much faster because it had something to start with. It's essentially he essentially built the father of the modern computer idea.
That's the one. That's the one.
What he called a thinking machine.
Yeah, and it's still the original's still there, and it still works. And you can go and have it demonstrated. There's a geezer who stands there like a guide, and he goes through the whole thing and he demonstrates it working. So it actually still works. It sits there in its own room, and you can go and watch it working, doing the decoding.
Yeah,
it's amazing. And what they did when the U-boat that they captured and had the Enigma machine in there, they actually took that out and attached it to Turing's machine in some way. So that original is still there as well, the one they got from the U-boat.
Yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was the movie, Cliffy. I've been meaning to kind of look into it a little bit because it did get a little dramatic with some of the stuff. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming he did commit suicide, though. Is that true?
That's true.
That's what they had in the movie.
He was. Well, I mean, let's put it out there. You know, he was homosexual.
Right.
In Britain in those days, that was illegal.
Yeah.
And he was hounded. He was hounded because of his sexuality, and yet he basically single-handedly turned that part of the war round.
Yeah, Cliffy, and that's the part that I was more interested in, really. I mean, I know that probably the whole drama stuff around the machine and how all that stuff was probably boosted to make it more dramatic. I think it's dramatic enough.
Oh yeah,
because it's a pretty cool story. But when you have an hour and a half movie, you really got to stuff a lot of drama into that.
You got to pad it out a little bit, haven't you? So.
Yeah. But it was good, man. I liked it. It was a cool movie.
Good movie.
And it's the.
I went to Bletchley Park after to watch the movie, so it was great to connect all the dots.
Yeah, it was.
Because
And
there's a lot more to Bletchley Park than just that, of course, as
oh
well.
yeah, that's where all the
It was-
code breakers
yeah.
were for all this.
Yeah. Amazing. place.
It's the main actor is Benedict Cumberbatch. Is that his name?
Benedict Cumberpatch or whatever his name is. Yeah,
Cumberblage.
that's the one. Yeah, Cumberish.
Plays
Oh,
he
Benedict.
plays
What a great name,
Doctor
eh?
Strange.
Yeah, Doctor
Yeah.
Strange. That's
Yep.
I would recommend anybody who comes to the UK on a holiday to go to places like Bletchley Park because, well, if you're interested in that sort of thing, I'm not saying that you should, but there's so much history in little pockets around the United Kingdom. If you get a chance, go to places
Yeah.
like that because it gives you. It's just a fascinating thing to go and see. You know, fascinating.
The one thing I had forgotten, and then they brought it up in the movie, in kind of a dramatic way, of course, and it was very interesting. And I know I had read this in the past. I didn't think much about it, but once they broke it, that they would have they knew specific actions were going to happen, but they did not immediately start stopping or countering every specific action because they realized that, and I don't know if it was actually Turing who realized it. It could have been something they had planned anyway. But it's pretty smart is they didn't do that. They used it more in a large scale picture, and then they picked the specific ones they would do, and they actually did calculations on the best percentage to counter or to work on that would give the least chance, and at least in their estimation, of the Germans finding out. So it was really that was kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. When you break something like that, you know, you don't want the enemy to know that you've
bet.
done it because, you know, because then they'll change everything. So you want them to continue using it in the confidence that they have in it, and then you can then feed, as you say, you can then do a directed counterattack to a specific thing, but not every time.
Right. So they picked and
That's a hard
chose.
decision.
They picked and chose, and then they looked at big picture stuff. So they would get big picture ideas of what's going on.
Well,
you know,
anybody who comes to the UK is more than welcome to come and have a cup of tea with me. By all means, you'll get a proper cup of tea. If you come and visit me, of course. And of course, Randall's right. Go and find the fish and chip shops. You need to go to the proper fish and chip shops. Guido knows where they are.
the fishy, the chippy, not the fishy,
yeah,
the chippy. All right,
Fishy, the chip.
we're gonna do it right today. We're at an hour. We're gonna take a 5-minute break, and we'll come back with the rest of subjects du jour. We got some DayZ, we got some fart of strategy, fair play update, and some other stuff that we can talk about. Give us 5 minutes, and we will be back. All right, my friends, we are back. Subjects du jour. Chapter 4 crickets we talked about, right? Fart of strategy.
Yeah. Yes, I was waiting to get onto this because there's a couple of things there that I've missed out on, i.e. crew members.
2,500 bonds, which I got.
Yeah.
Um,
Too late now.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either.
Right, so it was an okay-ish thing.
Yeah. And that's hardly an endorsement, isn't it? It's not a glowing endorsement.
No, it's quite mediocre, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's quite sort of like, take it or leave it, you know.
But is it colored because my overall World of Tanks experience in the last week or so has been kind of on the downtrend? Maybe.
Yeah, I guess it could be that. It could be,
So let's
a
talk.
whole combination of things, couldn't it?
Let's talk about what I liked about it, and because
Okay, that's good.
a lot
Let's
of
keep it
their
positive.
a lot of their modes that they develop don't have a whole lot to do with World of Tanks, and I've decried that in the past, especially things like Steel Hunter, where the mechanics don't have a whole lot to do with World of Tanks. It's just this really kind of one-off, completely different game, which is fine in the large scheme of games. Who cares? Make a game, people like it, great. But it's World of Tanks, and they're spending time doing these weird modes. This one was essentially World of Tanks with a kind of RTS overlay, but you could still jump in a tank, and it was exactly, more or less World of Tanks. So I liked that part about it.
Right, okay.
I liked the effort to reward. It was a grind, but it wasn't a brutal, soul-crushing grind. The rewards I thought were appropriate for the mediocre level of grind.
Right, okay.
I mean, there wasn't a tank at the end or anything super cool, but there was 2,500 bonds, and there was 20 of those credit dudes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
there was good rewards, which I missed out on because I didn't really get into it.
So I liked the effort to reward. They often buffoon that. I thought that was not bad at all. So those two things. It was essentially World of Tanks. It had a little RTS overlay. I thought that was kind of interesting. The idea of you running your own team against humans, or even the 1v1, or being the human against the strategist. I liked all that in principle. I liked a portion of the execution. It wasn't too badly done. I liked the reward to effort. I think those are all the keys to if you're going to make a new mode. Now, make a new mode. Why? Right? For me anyway, at the end of the day, why not work on the obvious problems or make new maps? Good Lord, new maps. Could just make new maps and release them. Who cares if they're unbalanced?
They've got all these maps in the background being worked on in Super Test and this and that and the other, but they're not releasing them. They've got them all sat there, not doing anything with them. Just get them out there.
You could have released every one of the 9 maps, I think it was, that was in that recon mode or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
You could have released them immediately after the event and just kept working on them and changing them and iteratively.
Yeah.
And it would have done nothing but be a good thing.
No, exactly. And it would encourage people to play more because they want to try out the new maps. They would have had training rooms and pub games, and they could have included it on Clan Wars or Ranked or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You know, all that sort of good stuff.
Give me a rational reason why you did not release those. Oh, they're not finished. They're not as polished as we want. There's still some balance.
Give it on the high. You put it out there. Let the player base dictate that, because that's what they'll do anyway.
Well, Bitwise, you may be right, because all the other guys were working on the fart of strategy.
Yes, and also removals. They were packing boxes and putting them into vans, weren't they?
Now, the stuff I didn't like about Art of Strategy.
Okay.
I was not a big fan of how it was advertised in terms of how the progression stuff was going to go with, orders, intel stuff. The first 5 days were basically freebie. how you would get through these things, how many of these orders you would get per game or for a win or loss. It was not well advertised in terms of that. So a lot of people kind of got, I think if they'd have known that in the first 10 days, if they just did some 1v1s and easily cranked through it, they'd have got more people playing it. And they might have hooked a few more people. But nobody really knew that. So a lot of the guys, like, we're seeing down in chat, were like, I played a game, I didn't like it, I moved on. Well, actually, maybe after 5, 6, 7, you might start to kind of like it a little bit. That's kind of what I was doing. And then when I realized I but it was easy to crank through on those first 5 days when it was free, then I'm like, all right, I'll do that. And then I'm like, I'm starting to learn how it works, and it's kind of interesting. Okay, let's move on from there. But just really poorly done.
I did that typical thing you've just said there. I did very much played the one game, considered it to be a World of Tanks version of Command and Conquer, and stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas I should have persevered. If I should have kept it going for a little bit longer, and I may have got hooked, like you said. But I immediately just associated it with another game that I've got on my system, and I don't need to play it. Well, I can play Command and Conquer if I want to do a strategy game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Diablo, I don't know if they nerfed defenses. They actually gave the strategist against humans more defenses. I know they did that. They did advertise that. They gave them more of the units. Yeah, they added more. They nerfed the damage. Maybe, because I'll tell you what, the flamethrower would just wreck you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could take a super heavy and a flamethrower would reduce you to nothing. Like, you couldn't even get away from it if you got in there pretty close to it. It'd just destroy you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, that's part of the strategy. You avoid the flamethrowers.
Well, the problem is there's so many of the damn things.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. And then the watchtowers, you really couldn't see. Your scouts would get outspotted by watchtowers almost every time before you could light the stupid things.
Okay.
And then the defenses would be lit. Once they were lit, they were lit. Like, it didn't matter if anyone's near them. You could still shoot them and stuff. There was a lot of little weird things that were kind of a pain in the rear with it. I took a mouse as a player against a strategist. I took a mouse one game. I bounced 0 shots.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
All that good,
I mean, the AI, like, at a certain range, the AI does not miss weak spots.
Yeah.
And I was angling, but clearly not enough with the high heat that was. I mean, and of course everything's gold round, so everything shot at you is a gold round. That's another kind of issue.
Just yeah.
Yeah. So I got killed in a mouse while trying to angle the best I could. Clearly not good enough. Just wiped out by the AI. Did not bounce a single shot. Amazing.
Oh dear. Be amazing you could have that skill, isn't it? If your RNG loved you that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it staying lit. I know why they did it, obviously, because if it kept going dark, that would definitely be a problem. It's like I talked about last week, the Kronwagen who went off and shot nothing but structures and got 6,900 damage off of structures.
Oh dear.
And we lost because he was over there shooting at the turrets and the
just racking the
flamethrowers and all that crap.
Why not? Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Because that's the aim of the game, isn't it? Just do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know why there was a space between 6 and 12. That kind of blew my mind. They could have filled in all kinds of little goodies in here that wouldn't have mattered. A couple personal reserves, a camo, just little doodads that just don't matter. But just looks kind of sparse. And then this space between 6 and 12 cracked me up. I'm like, why is there not? I don't know. And then 12 to 18, same thing. They could have put something here and something here, something at 9, something at 15. Why? I don't get it, man.
I mean, it doesn't seem very consistent, does it?
Well, it sounds. I know it sounds whiny and give me free stuff, but I'm just looking from a design and customer like interaction, marketing standpoint. When I look at that, I would immediately ask the question. Well, I don't understand why we have these spaces. Why do we have 3, then 6, then nothing, then 12, then 6, then 18? What's the point?
Yeah. What does it do to encourage me to keep playing?
Right.
Does it turn me off or does it turn me on? You know what I mean?
You don't have to give away the farm. It doesn't have to be a T22.
No. Just something to keep you going for the next stage.
And a chieftain or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? More of them.
Now here's where the characters were, and this is what I missed. These 5 characters were in this collection. So part of the collections were the stickers and decals and whatnot, but also the characters. So here they all are. There's 3 over here and 2 over here.
So what the skins like is the question you've been asked by Mustang as well.
They look like that.
Oh, okay, so they're just like the normal 2D skins.
Yeah, they're. I don't know. Let's go look at them. I have them, so we can go chuck them on this thing.
Wait, we can't get a decal. Forget it. Okay.
All right, here's one bronze cast. That's what it looks like. That's actually kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
There's tactical. It's green. It's very green.
Well, it is green. It's almost G.I. Joe green, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that is G.I. Joe green, 100%. There's Battlefield, so this is the 3rd one. Kind of
Okay.
cool. It's all right.
Yeah.
I think I like this one the best, though. The bronze cast looks pretty cool.
Yeah, no, the bronze cast looks.
Yeah.
It's a similar sort of shading as the choo-choo train for the FB, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know that sort of shading that they have on the choo-choo train.
We're gonna.
I like.
Oh,
That's
that
the
would.
only 3D skin I like. You know,
Yeah.
it's the choo-choo train.
We'll put it on the T28 and see if it can bring me out of my funk.
Yeah.
All right, so that's art of strategy.
47% win rate with it.
Yeah, that's art of strategy, guys. I don't know. It was okay. It was
It was
okay.
okay.
Yep.
It's not great. It wasn't rubbish, but it was okay, says Guido. So I'll go with that, mate.
So now here's the question.
Right.
Here's the question. There's a lot of people playing it. One of the problems I think with making the effort to reward better
Yeah.
is that then a lot of people play it, and then what does wargaming take away from that kind of thing?
Oh, that's the trouble, isn't it? That is the
Yeah,
trouble. It
yeah.
becomes.
Oh, everyone loved it.
becomes a
Let's
standard feature.
do it again.
Yeah, it'll be once a year we'll do this. Or even goodness gracious, no, please don't do this. They'll incorporate into pubbies. They'll have static pillboxes in pubbies or flamethrowers or oh my goodness, that would be just
Okay, well, actually, I wouldn't. I don't think I would necessarily mind that.
Do you not think so?
No, it wouldn't bother me too much.
It would canalise the maps even more because people would avoid going past the
It would,
flamethrowers,
if but if you made it some kind of random thing. Now, what I would prefer is what I've talked about in the past is every map, every week or so, slightly changes. Move some rocks around, move some structures. Do
Oh
something.
yeah, that'd be interesting. That
just-
would really piss me off because I'd go to my normal spot and go, "What? The bushes have gone."
Well, I'm not saying completely make it completely different, but it would be interesting to just change stuff a little bit. There's a lot of stuff they could do like that, or just new maps.
Hisenberg wants me saying, "Does it turn me off or does it turn me on?" as a soundbite. Just as a tangent,
That's for Pilgrim to know and for you to find out, my friend.
indeedy. But no one to find out.
Last thing I'll say about the fart of strategy is that now somebody mentioned it more of kind of a complaint in terms of they didn't advertise it, but what I liked about it is they did reactively, iteratively make a change while it was in process.
Okay.
That proves they can do that,
Yes, there you go. That is true.
right?
That is true. If that is possible, which it should have always been possible, then why can't that happen on well, there you go, on the game? There you go. Why? What? So it's a political reason why. I mean, when political, I mean it's a business decision not to do that.
Right. Gaming political or within the
gaming
context
political,
of the
yeah,
industry
yeah.
or
Yeah.
their game thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. And it could be who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's internal company politics. God knows,
Maybe don't. mess with it. Well,
Anyway, the point is they can react. Somebody in that company can react fast enough to change something that isn't working.
there you are.
There you go, artillery bugs. While also apparently paying attention.
Yes, but somebody's actually listening. So they do listen, but they just choose to ignore. There you go. That's proof of the pudding. They choose to
100%.
ignore their player base.
Bitwise, exactly, and that's the main point for me. Is adjusting stuff. Anyway, I don't know, Cliffy. Good point. I have no idea.
Good point.
I knew very little what was going on in RU anyway, but now it's gone. Like,
Stiffened, yeah.
is that website still up and going?
As the China version now, isn't it?
Is that website still up and going? The one, what was it called?
Question.
What was it called?
I'll tell you now. I've still got it. I think I've still got it. No, I deleted it, so I haven't got it anymore. No, I haven't got it.
Wow.
I deleted it.
Google has nuked it too. It's not showing up. I put World of Tanks blog. It used to be the #1.
Google nuked it. Oh. There you go.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
As Wayne said, it's behind the Iron Curtain. Remember that? Remember the Iron Curtain, mate?
Oh, it is gone. Wonder if I put. I'm gonna have the guys in the black helicopters are gonna show up. Some
You will. You start looking for that.
Codes are us. It's gone. Wow. How about World of Tanks?
Oh, that's there. It's on Google, third down.
Did you find it?
I've just gone.
World of Tanks. Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole nother subject, though. You know, what's the long range situation with all that?
Yeah. Do you not get a little twitchy feeling when you went on? I just went on the RU
Watt Express. That's it. Is it gone, Randall? It's
Watt
gone.
Express. Yeah, that's it. I think he's gone.
Is it gone or is it blocked by Google?
Oh, there's a possibility.
No, wait, I got it. Hold on, homepage Watt Express. Well, I found it. It's still there.
Okay. I get very twitchy when I start going on those sites. I get like looking over my shoulder a little bit. Just typed in a .ru web address. I do get twitchy.
Wargaming plans to open a development office in Uzbekistan. They got some styles and stuff going on. Huh. Don't know. That'll be interesting thing to watch as it goes along. How all that interaction happens or doesn't happen at this point. The English version. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Frontline we talked about. Farther strategy. Fair play update. So
yes.
They banned a few more people.
Yeah.
My question, you and I were talking about this before, is I wonder if some of that is the boosting service guys, because I know they've been kind of going after some of those guys. And a matter of fact, there's been some blowback with that. There's been some, my understanding is there's been some DDoS attacks and some other stuff. Some shenanigans are going on from the people who are making money doing that, getting shut down by Wargaming. So getting counts banned and stuff.
You sort of start to think along the lines, if they're still doing waves of banning accounts, then the old cheats are still knocking around. The mods, the aimbot mod and all the rest of it, they must be still knocking around and people using them. And then added on top of that, it's all these spammers who are offering to get you, whatever tank it is, by cheating on your account, sort of thing. So it's just an ongoing process, isn't it? I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
It bears out. It bears out because the whole 279 early thing, there was a flood of them. I want to say about a month ago, maybe not so much a month ago, but remember there was a flood of these things appearing all the time. You're thinking, where are these all coming from? Now, you could say that over a given set of years, 11 years the game's been going, 12 years, that people have now reached the point where they're starting to get them, so there will be more. But then you've also got to add to that all these idiots who are offering to get them for a little bit of dollars, you know what I mean? And that's probably where the increase, because I very rarely saw one of them in game at all.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there was like platoons of 3 of them. You're like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, the booster guys advertise in several ways. I would say yes, it does seem like it happens after Clan Wars. It does mention in that article that ranked leaderboard has been purged of some people.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
So that happens as well. Got an ad on YouTube. Diablo says he has a friend makes a lot of money getting them. No kidding. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Heisenberg, he's running a service to help lower people's win rate so unicorns can fly under the radar and not be targeted. Yeah.
you got to go with your strength, Heisenberg. Go with your strength.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always work with your strengths. Your strengths. 300 to 500, depending on how many missions you have done. Wow. Says Watt says he knows someone too.
But the thing
So
is,
that has to be
it's
done.
not a guarantee, is it? It's not a guarantee. You can pay a guy $1,000 to get it.
No, they get it, dude. They get it. No, these are
they
people who are that
definitely
good. I think there's a combination of things going on here. Number one, they're that good. Number two, they know the specific ins and outs. They use the right tank. And I think there's a good percentage of rigging.
All right, okay.
So the only way to make that,
you'd have a number of players being involved in it.
if you, yeah, you're going to get 100%. They've got it figured out
okay.
right now, and there's
Right.
and the only way to make that economically correct is they're going to rig games to get it done.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
They're going to get a couple buddies or some help, or they're going to count ins, and they'll just keep doing it until they get it done. And they're going to be as clever about it as possible. We've seen the videos of people being idiots about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're going to. So everything, when they sit down to do this, everything they do is to just get that mission done. They care nothing about anything else.
Right. Okay. And that's the problem, isn't it? Because that's how it affects the game that you're in. Because basically you're being mugged off by 2-3 other players because you're not getting the meta support that you should have.
And if you do the 279 one the way I'm doing it, now I'd be curious. I'd love to talk to one of these guys and figure out which one it is they go for. I think it's the Alliance one, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Which one's easiest in their mind? There's one that's going to be the easier road. And what they're going to do is what I'm talking about, where they're going to finish all the other missions, which are relatively easy for a really good player. And with a little extra rigging chucked in, not much, they can blast through those first, however many they are. Really, all they want to do is they're going to go straight through. How would I do this if I was doing this? So you're going to have to go through. Let's take a look at this and see if we can break this down, how it happens. First of all, you're going to have to go through the Excalibur missions and get to 15, but that should happen quickly.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get 15 with honors, and you're going to unlock 4 orders. Okay? And then you're going to go to the Chimera. And are you going to go straight through with those? I think you can then unlock a 15. Can you unlock a 15? I don't think you can unlock a 15 and then go back and do it with honors without unlocking the rest, but that might be possible.
All right.
If you get my meaning. Otherwise, you've got to go through these quickly and get to 15. Essentially, however it's done for the Excalibur and the Chimera, you're going to get all of them done with honor, so you've got 8 orders.
Right, yeah.
Then when you get here, you're going to do what I'm doing. You're going to go through one. I don't know which one they find easiest. I think it's, my opinion is it's Alliance because of the artillery thing that Incoming showed. That one artillery can do so many of those things. By the way, you have no idea how many 3805s I've seen recently.
Right, okay, because people watch videos.
I think people, and it may be a bunch of the rigging guys too. They're cranking through those missions with the 3805. Pretty funny. I'm not, correlation isn't causation, but I don't know, man. There's a bunch of them being played right now.
You've got to say that there's possibility. The possibility is there. That's what you can say. Probability, possibility. Well, there you go.
So then you're going to blast through this, get this one done with honors, and this one is, what do you have to do? Class 1 or higher is this is not that hard for a good player. I mean, a Class 1 or higher, just to finish this up and unlock it and be done. Actually, you need to do it Ace Tanker. Even Ace Tanker for a really good player at Tier 10 isn't that difficult.
Especially when you're only focused on getting the Ace Tanker. You're not focused on anything else. In
Absolutely. And if there's another guy over there helping you get a little extra damage at the end to boost you, then that's what I would do. You'd get out there and you do as much damage as you can, then you'd have that platoon over there kind of waiting, keeping their hit points. And as that team starts, as the team, the rigging guy is on, the guy that's meant to win, starts to win, then he comes in and he just boosts his damage with the hit points from those guys.
He just sits pretty in his mouse getting smacked
all
day long, doesn't he?
Yeah, tier 8's Diablo, absolutely. So you can do those in tier 8s as well.
Oh, well, they are then.
So that's, I mean, I can see you can blast through that pretty quickly, you know.
So it is a guarantee then, because my thought is
they are guaranteed. They're 100% guaranteed. You go to those websites and they guarantee it, and they do it. They get her done. Yeah.
Well, like was said there, I mean, I think Diablo was saying there's no risk to those guys because it's your account that gets banned if you get caught. You know,
see, Diablo exactly that. Yeah. Well, I wonder how they handle that one though, because I'm assuming along the way they've had accounts caught and banned that they were running to try to do this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
they don't get the tank and they've lost the account.
Well, yeah, that's the danger, back. Right? Yeah, the danger is that you've lost your account.
Yeah.
My assumption maybe there is that if that happens, that guy will probably create another account, boost it up, and give the guy back a good portion of tanks, although you've lost all those premiums.
Yeah.
So that's the danger you run, right? You pay that guy, and
if you're going to pay a criminal, you're going to have to expect criminal behaviour. That's the problem, isn't it? You know what I mean? So you
get nothing, Diablo. So that's part of the deal. They don't care. Yeah. Well, see, there's the one crowd on eBay who weren't eBay. They advertised on YouTube or something like that. I think it was YouTube. And they showed faces of the guys and everything, and they were like guaranteeing money back.
Yeah, it was a YouTube.
Yeah. So I think the shadier one-off guys will probably just bail on you and you're screwed. But those guys, they advertise, and the rankings, the eBay ratings, of course, then that could be also rigging the ratings. So if you're going to rig the game, you could probably rig ratings too. Yeah, exactly. In terms of you come from another email and go, oh, these guys are great, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, do you really read a review on an item that you buy and believe it? No, I never do. Yeah. With the exception of the hotel that I did book for the World of Tanks thing, and I looked at the reviews, I went, no, I'm cancelling that.
I don't know, Bitwise. I don't know. It is not illegal. No, not in a criminal sense. Absolutely not. No.
No, so
this is all just.
That's the point. There is no law against.
It's all just pixel cheating, right?
Yeah. I mean, tenuously, you could say that there is taking money for something that's, I don't know.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt Wargaming's bottom line.
No, I mean, no, it doesn't. Because
it just keeps. If a player stays because he paid someone $300 for $279 early, and he keeps playing the game and spending money, that's a bonus to them. That's a win-win. They don't care.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
When it negatively affects gameplay enough that they lose players, and I don't know how you would necessarily calculate that.
Well, how would you quantify that?
Right.
Why did you leave?
Right.
You know.
Then maybe they would take notice. I think the calculus is that they want their cake and eat it too. They're going to talk about how they're doing it. They're going to print some numbers about some people were banned, and I have no doubt that people were banned, but maybe not for that potentially.
Yeah.
Because I know that the CCs have turned in multiple obvious rigging things, and nothing has happened to those accounts.
Yeah. You've got to say, I mean, okay, this is a blanket statement and probably only holds true in my mind. But if you're a cheater like that, if you pay somebody to cheat your way to getting the whatever it is, the chieftain or whatever, then that's your modus operandi. So that's how you work your life. You're a cheater, and you'll never go away from cheating. So at some point, you might get an aimbot cheat, or you might get something else, because that's how your mind works. You know, I want the best. I'll pay for it. I'm going to cheat to get it. So that you'll get banned eventually because you've cheated in a way that Wargaming will go, well, we've actually seen you cheat, so banned.
I don't know about that,
man. You've got that mindset. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with the mindset thing. That's actually a good segue into the discussion on DayZ, because there's some human factors and nature stuff that I wanted to talk about in that. I don't think they're going to necessarily get caught. It's not that cheaters always get caught and you'll be punished thing. It's a pixel tank game, and frankly, Wargaming doesn't really care that much about the cheating, provided
they're getting the money.
Provided they're still getting the money. I think it's worth discussing whether we care that much about it. Really, at the end of the day, do we? I mean, yeah, to some extent you go, well, it sucks they have that cool tank, they cheated to get it. But at the end of the day, does it really affect you? A little bit when you run into one, maybe, if you can't deal with it. Yes, they do better than most other tanks. So there is I'm not poo-pooing the idea that it sucks and they're getting something they shouldn't have. But at the end of the day, do you really care?
That's a good point, because actually, personally, no, I don't give a I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, mate. If you want to cheat and get, if you want to get the early tank or the chieftain, crack on, because it's only this game you're affecting me.
Yeah.
I'll move on to the next game.
Right.
You know, it doesn't personally. I couldn't give two tiddlywinks for it, to be honest.
Yeah, it is funny because I will almost always check stats on some of those tanks, especially if they have a big game. And you find a really good player that has a 279 early and he goes crazy and he's playing even above his regular greatness, and you're like, well, okay, that's an overpowered tank or a chieftain, an overpowered tank in an overpowered player's hands is going to kick some rear. You got to have a laugh though when you see the 48% are running around in it. Barely does his hit points and damage and has a 52%.
Well, I told you that the first time I seen that, there was two of them, and they rolled across the open plain. They just kept rolling across the open plain, and they were getting mullered from the sides. And they virtually got to my position and died. They just yellowed out. You're like, yeah, whatever.
I'm with you, Gator. Now, Guido's fair play mentality. Full disclosure, it does make me a little irritated / angry.
Yeah, irritated.
But I have to go back to the should I really care, and no, I shouldn't. But at the same time, I don't. I'm not one of these people who just wants to watch the world burn. So I'm on both sides of that fence, to be honest.
Yeah.
The 3 mark thing is crazy too, and you and I've discussed this a couple times. But it's like, all right, I'm going to pay some of the 3 marks so I can have a cool 3 mark, and then and then you look at their stats. You're like, dude, you never 3 marked that tank. Are you kidding me? You're terrible.
No, you can't.
So
back it up. I mean, you put 3 mark on it. You got to be able to back it up.
It's like paying somebody, It's like paying the boxing federation to make you the heavyweight champion so you can fight a heavyweight champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And then get your ass kicked. Like, what was the point? What was the point of that exercise? I don't understand what we were doing here.
Yeah, exactly that. You got a 3 mark tank and you roll out. People expect you to perform at that level, and when you don't, they go straight to your stats. They look at it and go, "How did he 3 mark that, man? That is balls." Yeah.
Cliffy, I have considered in the past doing that for science just to see how it works, but I know where it's going to get me in terms of wargaming. They'll make me the poster child, even though I'll be the guy showing them what's going on with this whole thing. I've been considering an expose on how this works, but then I have to go back to I don't really care that much about it.
No, exactly.
I'll tell you what, when I get my 279E, it will have been through hard effort, sweat, tears, and angst. And
it won't be your credit card.
No, I'm not buying that thing. Why would I?
No, it'll be my credit card.
I only buy overpowered tier 8 premiums because those are fine.
Absolutely, yeah.
None of my business.
Yeah, none of my business. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Start a new account. That's not bad, actually. Start a new account.
Under a completely unknown name. I mean, I would have a new account and it would be Pilgrimish. Possibly.
But $300, holy goodness gracious. The thing is, if I want to play a 279 early, I just go get my sheriff account, and it has every skill. And I've done it before. I played a couple 3-4 games on it. It's just silly.
Gator's gonna pay you $25 an hour to get it.
Don't pay me. Don't pay me because you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, no.
Now you know what though? I think I am good enough to help them in the boosting. I might be one of the patsies, but I'm certainly good enough to do that.
Yeah, I could be a guy in a mouse sitting there not shooting anybody. I can do that all day long.
You and I are going to go to South America and see if we can roll some of these up at midnight. The beauty for me is it's midnight for you. Actually, that won't work. That won't work. It will be midnight.
6 o'clock in the afternoon.
It has to be midnight for me. I was thinking I was going to get away with one, but no, it's the NA server, so I'd be the guy. No, that's right out. We're not doing that.
No, we're not doing
If
that.
it was
I'm
you
not
up at
staying-
midnight, we'd do it, but not if it's me.
No.
No.
No, it's just too much for me. That is
But
I'm
that'd
old,
be
you know.
that'd be 6 a.m. for you.
6 a.m. It means I have to get up early for something. Or
Yeah,
can't
I
do
think
that
it's probably
these days.
better at 2 or 3 though, when the numbers are really low.
Yeah, when there's like 30 people on the server.
Well, it'd have to be. We'd have to do the math for South America because I don't know exactly what the time zone is for that server.
Yeah, you would have to do that, and it would have to be at a time when they have their enough numbers to play tier 8 and above. Because generally, I guess there's not a lot. I don't know. I'd have to go and see.
I've never really delved into the South
Yeah.
American server. And you guys have
No.
the essay like when if you were going to do this for science anyway, what time of day central would you do that? So
That's a good question because, like Diablo just said, SA Peak has 1,500 players. You say that's not big, is it?
no.
No.
All right. So anyway, there you go. Fair play update. All right, let's talk because you actually touched on it when you were talking about, someone's a cheater, they're a cheater. DayZ.
Oh yes.
Let's go back. Let's go back to DayZ. I've been kind of enjoying figuring that game out just for the sheer gaming enjoyment, and if I die, I don't care.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. Start over again. I got my bandage and my apple, and off I go. And when I find stuff, it's cool. If I find food, it's cool. So how when you're playing these apocalypse games, for me, the first image that comes to my mind is Mad Max.
Yes, it is.
You're
Yes,
out in the
absolutely.
dusty,
Yeah.
barren wasteland in your
Yeah.
jalopy car, and you've got
Yeah.
a shotgun with one shell and a dog. You know
Yeah.
the scene at the beginning of Thunderdome where he's sitting
Yes.
up on the hill and he's got that can? What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
What is that a can of? Do you know?
Pepsi,
No.
cola.
It's dog
Is it
food.
not cola?
No, it's dog food.
Oh, is it dog food? Can of dog food?
Remember,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
opens the
yeah.
dog food can, he gets the spoon out, and he eats it, and he chucks the rest of it to the dog, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So what do you think I did in DayZ when I found a can of dog
You
food?
didn't, did you? You ate half of it and threw the rest to the wolf.
What happens when you eat a can of dog food in DayZ?
You get full.
No, you don't. You hurl.
Really?
I threw up.
What kind of dog food have you been eating?
I don't know. I ate the dog food and I hurled everywhere.
No, you've probably ate it too. You probably had too. Well, I don't know. It depends which.
Or did I eat too much food?
Yeah, possibly. Your stomach got overfull and you just chucked it.
Is it a mod that shows you how full you are?
Yeah. Yeah, it comes up as a little full stomach.
But is that a
icon.
mod? Is that in vanilla?
No, that's vanilla.
I never got that.
Okay, then on some servers, dog food might not actually be good for you, but on a lot of servers, it's proper good food.
Dude, I was Mad Max. I was immersed in the apocalypse, searching for food. I was hungry, dude, and I had a pack of dehydrated milk, and it said you can eat it, but it will dehydrate you. And I'm like, well, I don't have any water.
Well, you
right
can
now.
add water to it and make milk.
I know, but I didn't have any water. I
you
mean,
didn't have
it's
any
the
water, right,
apocalypse, Pilgrim. I'm trying to survive. I had
What? We've had this conversation before. The apocalypse has happened. You've just spawned on the beach dressed in a t-shirt and shorts with an apple in
I
your
don't
hand.
know how I
did you
lived this
survive the
long. I
apocalypse?
don't know. Was I asleep? I don't know. Did I
Was you
wake?
in the lighthouse and it went off and you
No,
were saved?
I was in a little town, little village. I had a pistol, but I didn't have a clip, so I was able to put one shell in it at a time.
Oh, dear.
Have you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a pistol, no clip. I don't know why I found
Yeah.
a pistol with no clip. I can't understand.
Well,
Where'd
you have to load it with one round.
Where'd the clip go? The pistol's there, no clip. What did they throw the clip at the zombie? Did the zombie eat the clip? I don't know what happened.
He went to reload, pressed the button, the clip fell out, and he got killed.
And he ran away from the clip and died. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
to some
there you go.
extent, I do
In
have
a
sympathy
submarine.
for that because that is something my character would do.
Yes.
Because I can't, because I'm flailing around. Anyway,
Run away!
I had a pistol with one shell in it. I had some milk, powdered milk. I had no
Powdered
water, and I found a can of dog food. And I was the survivor. I'm like, oh, this is a Mel Gibson, Mad Max moment, man. I'm hunkered down in a little shack. There's zombies all around me. I'm surviving. I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat the dog food like a man. I'm like, yum, yum, and then threw it all up.
Well, I'm surprised because the vanilla server that I've played on, dog food is a legitimate food source, and most of the modded servers are the same. So there is a thing called Unknown, food can, which is dodgy. It's a possible that you can eat it and be
I
okay,
thought
or
it
you
said-
can eat it and be sick.
I thought it said dog food, but maybe.
If it was a big can,
Yeah.
i.e. a proper can, and it was no label on it, it was just grey black. That's the unknown food. If it's a dog can, it'll be the small, slim ones with a pull ring on the top that you pull open. You haven't had to open it with a knife of any sort.
Magazine. Ah, shit.
Magazine, clip, magazine, it's all the same. World War One.
Magazine. Maybe it was. Maybe it was an unknown food source, and I just assumed
If it's an
it was
unknown
dog
food source, the unknown food in a can, it's a grey black can with no labels. Don't bother with it. Because it's a 50-50 chance it's going to make you ill.
Either way, all I know is
You found the food.
my
You did
heroic
the Mad Max.
my heroic survival story turned into the exact kind of survivor I knew I was in my heart, but didn't want to be.
Yeah.
Couldn't even keep the dog food unknown food source down. Hurled it up all over the place.
Right. Did you then die?
Later.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because I got a gun and had some ammo, and it was time to kill zombies.
Right. Okay. Well,
Where the hell do they come from?
Like I've been trying to tell you, the best way to kill a zombie is with a melee weapon, this quiet, and sneak up behind them or whack them on the head.
I have
Stop
yet.
shooting them, because by shooting them, you attract them all to swarm you.
I
So
don't
they all
understand where they
at
come
you.
from. I can search around a little village and I can see one or two shambling around, and then I shoot one, and now there's 7. Where the hell did they come
Yeah,
from?
exactly. They were all hiding, waiting in the bushes for you to shoot that weapon, because then they go aggro on you. So they go aggro because they've heard the shot.
I know why they're coming, but where the hell were they? That's what I want to know.
Well, no, they were having a cup of tea. Well,
They
were
were.
just relaxing. Having a cup of tea.
See, that also breaks immersion a little bit. Like I spent a lot of time sneaking around this village, and I kind of found there was 3 that I could see, and I kind of long range shoot one down, then another one comes and I shoot it, and then there was like 5 or 6 just out of nowhere. I'm like, I know there weren't 5 or 6 around here. It's ridiculous. So
Well,
what's
you know
happening?
When they do that, you know when they do that scream thing. Mm-hmm. When they go "Ah!" like that, that's them communicating with all the other zombies that are hidden to say, "We've got a survivor here. We need to go and eat him."
They're all hidden.
So then it brings them all in. We've got dinner. Dinner's on its way.
It's irritating because it breaks immersion. What's happening is when you shoot, then it spawns more. That's what's really happening.
Absolutely.
And it's irritating. 'Cause,
Absolutely.
like, come on,
Yeah.
I just spent so much time scouting this out, being very careful. You know,
If you want to shoot a zombie,
silencer and distance.
no, well you can have one shot. You can have one shot that doesn't get the zombies aggro. You don't attract zombies. So you need to head job the zombie and then get away. Because
Just
one
run?
shot, if you do more than one shot, it then attracts them. But one shot is ignored by the zombies. That was a recent update because people were complaining that the minute you shot a zombie, 30 arrived.
Fair enough.
That's
Fair
not
enough
fair.
complaint. Yeah.
So what they've said is they give you a single shot without a silencer. If you do
Okay.
a single shot, if you do a head job, give him the good news.
Yeah.
Right? He's done. You can then creep away, wait for the next one, wait about 10 seconds, wait for the next one to sort of along, and then just creep up behind him and another headshot, get away, go behind a bush or something.
Okay.
Wait for the 10 seconds to die down. But if you stand there going pop, 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 they just go ah, and they all want to get you.
I know, but I had so much ammo, and it was just awesome to gun them down.
That's it. But if you're going to do that, you need to have your M16 or your Car 15.
So you can
or
do a
something like
proper battle. Yeah, I was using the Sportster, the 22. It takes a few shots
that.
to kill.
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah, that's a
All right,
cool,
so-
2-2 in it. So
So
we
the
got
next-
over the dog food thing.
So the zombies I get, right? They're zombies. They're the undead. All they want to do is kill you, and they don't have any agency in life. They're just they're
impervious
just
to the cold.
they're not evil on purpose. They are what they are, right? They're a zombie.
Yeah.
They chew on people.
They're an obstacle in your way of progressing in the game.
Then there's the other players.
Oh yes, there's the other players.
So I'm creeping through another village. I've done a pretty good job. I've actually collected quite a bit of stuff. I have a good amount of ammo, but I don't have the right weapons. I think I had a pistol that had a couple rounds in it or something. That was it. But I had a baseball bat, so I could handle. I also had the stab vest and the bike helmet, the
Okay.
motorcycle helmet, so I was pretty protected
yeah.
from zombies. I could fight zombies pretty easily and not take a lot of
Yeah,
damage.
the old baseball bat does the job.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was good. I'm creeping. I'm kind of moving around the city. Nothing too bad. And then I hear, pow,
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh shit, someone's shooting.
yeah.
So I'm kind of looking around, and then I hear, pow, and then, pew. I'm like, oh shit, they're shooting at me.
Yeah, run!
So I start running, and I'm jinking it down, and it's like, pew, 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 pew. Shots are fired, and I'm like, you dirty. No, nothing was said. There was no wave. It was the second this jackass saw me, he starts shooting. I'm like, people suck. Why are you
Rule
so?
one, Daisy.
Why are you so?
Rule 1 of Daisy. Rule 1 of Daisy.
Yeah.
What's rule 1 of Daisy? Trust no one.
That is
Trust no
so sad.
It is. It's a survivor game, but the survivors don't band together in Band of Brothers fashion to take on the zombies. It's everybody for himself. Unless you're in a clan. The only time you're together is either clan, and then you don't even trust your clan mates, because if you got better loot, they'll slot you for it. You know what I mean? They'll just come up behind you one day and just go, "I'm having that weapon off you. You're despawned. Off you go."
But it's connected to your comment about cheaters and how people are really in life. I don't actually get that. Call me naive. I don't think I would get on that server and go, all right, I'm going to run around and try to find a survivor and try to take them out.
Yeah, right. You've got a couple of mindsets there. You've got to look at. Right, one of the mindsets is it's a 14-year-old kid and he's just running around, kitted out to the teeth, blatting people because it's fun to do that as a 14-year-old kid.
Yeah.
The other mindset is you've got very good players in DayZ. Some of them have got thousands and thousands of hours. And if a very good player dies and then gets respawned, you've got to take him out because he's going to progress very quickly back to where he was. So there is that mindset that people hover around spawn sites to kill off potentially good players who will be a threat later on in the game. But I think predominantly it's the mindset of a 14-year-old kid sitting down at a spawn site, slotting spawnies because it's fun to do, because you get bored with shooting zombies,
Yeah, so I think there's some of that. Cliffy and Grumpy Old Man basically have touched on what I'm talking about, what I'm getting to here. The Walking Dead wasn't about the zombies. Zombies were background. That was the constant danger. The real danger was the other humans that are left. And it's the same thing in DayZ. But I guess my comment on that is it's just sad. And even the 14-year-old run around, you just go like, it's just a 14-year-old. Yeah, but at the same time, why is a 14-year-old automatically going to that? I don't know, man. I think it would be way cooler.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've had a lot of hours in the game I've spawned and I've had help from good players.
Yeah.
I've had one guy, he was completely kitted out. He'd obviously come down from the north on Chernarus. He'd come down and he stopped me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to die here." And he went, "No, mate, I'm not going to shoot you. I'll just let you know there's a couple of idiots up in that village that are shooting all spawnees, so you might want to avoid that village." I went, "Oh, thank you." And he went, "Have some food." He gave me some food. He said, "I've got a spare jacket." He gave me that, and he went, "I'll see you around." You know what I mean? And I've had a lot of that. I've had there was a clan who looked after me for a little bit, so I tend to try and do that. But the trouble is, you can't trust anybody. If you approach somebody and you go, "All right, mate," you put your hand up and wave, and then he shoots you. And you go, "You bastard."
My encounters, I've only had one encounter where someone didn't shoot. We both came into a building from two different ends, and we come around a corner, and the guy's right there, and we both were like, I thought it was zombie, and then I'd like, oh, that's a player character, so I put my hand up, and he put his hand up, and we went on. Like there was no violence. But the other 3 times I met another player, the one guy walked up to me, I didn't notice him, turned around, he's right there, and he whacks me in the head with a baseball bat, and I run away.
Hello, mate.
The other 2 times they're shooting at me, and yesterday the guy, I am running for a long time. I don't know if he had a scope or I don't even know how he saw me. I was so far. I couldn't see him. Maybe he had a scope or a rangefinder or something. But I'm still running. Like, pew, pew, pew. He was a terrible shot, so thank God, because he didn't hit me.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And I'm cursing because I was working that village pretty well, and there weren't a lot of zombies around. I was finding a lot of good stuff. But I did get away. I died later to zombies because I started shooting them. But
the frustrating thing, like I said to you, I think that the The thing is, there is a job satisfaction out of doing well in the game, but people get so attached to A, the loot, and B, the character,
Yeah.
that they take it very personally if they die to some other player, or they die for a stupid reason, and they get very stressed by it. But at the end of the day, the way I take out of it, it's fun in so much that if I can progress through that particular server, get to a point that I've set myself a target, I want a base or whatever it might be, and I get there, I then don't care what happens. They can come and kill me all day long. I mean, it's like when them French boys come to take me out. I killed 2 of them. The other 2 got me. Well, that's fair. 4 against 1. What do you expect?
Well, it's a good point.
I railed about
Yeah.
the French for about 5 minutes, but that was it.
Yeah, well, you get invested. Right now, I'm not invested, so
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying running around.
Yeah,
If I
it's
get
fun,
killed a
isn't it?
bunch, I don't care. But I can
Yeah.
definitely see that's the same thing in World of Tanks. You start to get
Yeah.
better at the game, and then when you have bad days, you get mad because you're like, well, I shouldn't
Yeah.
be doing this poor. Whereas a new guy might be, ooh, gun shoots, ha ha, bang bang, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly that.
So,
You can get invested in it, but the idea, I guess, for me personally, is you invest to the point of where your target is. If you don't reach your target, then you just start again. You reach your
Yeah.
target, it then doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
I've got my base, or I've got my ATV, or I've got my truck, or whatever it is. Kill me all day long if you like. I don't care.
so, you want to just, when someone just hauls off, starts shooting, you're like, what the? Why are you shooting me, dude? I didn't.
What
you want
is
first
to
of
pull
all-
out an M16 and give him both barrels.
Well,
in
first
it,
of
you know
all,
what
I don't. If you have a weapon that shoots that much, you have way more gear than I do. I don't know what possible.
What exactly? What?
Yeah,
you're
I'm not
take
going to
off
get. It's not
my
like you're
apple?
going to steal anything from me.
Yeah, exactly that. You just want to be in a position. Do you know what would be fun? Is to disrobe, hide all your loot in a house close by, disrobe and pretend to be a spawnee. Have somebody pop at you, run in, get your CAR-15 with your mag scope on and your 60-round mag, run back out and just slot him to death. And when he's lying on the floor dead, just keep emptying your mag into him.
I bet there's videos out there of people running around with nothing but a weapon and their skivvies.
Yeah, and trainers. Brilliant.
Oh man. I had to gank you before you could gank me. Yeah, Cliffy, and there may be some of that, and I think to a large extent it's hard to tell how much good gear a guy has from that range. As soon as you see somebody that's not a zombie running around, you probably shoot first and ask questions later. But for now I'm gonna keep on avoiding people and trying to, if I do meet someone, help them if I can. Just learn the mechanics of the game.
Like I said to you, set yourself a target of whatever the target is. If it is about learning the mechanics of the game,
Yeah, that's all I'm
operate
doing.
to that
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do
Right now
the
it's just
strategy,
trying to
get
survive
the
as long as I
avoid
can.
other people. Yeah.
Right now it's just survive as long as I can. And
There
run
are
around.
there's this thing called the loot runs, and so to avoid other players, you can avoid the loot runs. So there are, when you move from one village to another, there is a loot run that gives you more loot as you move up the map. Avoid those particular routes, and you probably stay safe for a long time because people don't bother. They
Yeah,
do
but
the
now
loot
you're
runs.
running through barren land and you're not getting anything. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The calculus is I need
Yeah.
some food to keep the character going, so I have to be around.
Well, that's where you get your wild
structures.
animals. So if you get
Well, yeah, but you got to have a weapon to kill them, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you can make a bow and arrow out of wood and a bit of string.
You got to have string.
Yeah, you find your string
Like-
in the. Yeah, you find the string. You find the rope, right, which is normally in sheds.
And you need an
in
axe so
cities.
you don't hurt yourself. So when you start
A
off,
bit of wood.
it's one thing to say that stuff. It's another thing to have the equipment. I didn't realize you could make a
It's
bow,
not that
though.
hard, you know.
I didn't realize
It's
you
not
could
that
make.
hard.
I didn't realize you could make a bow.
You can make a sharpened stick and chase a deer and poke it a lot of times.
I can't even catch the damn things. They run off as soon as you get near them. They run for it.
You have to run after them.
I found some goats, and they're like, "No way, dude, I'm
Chickens.
out."
Chickens. There you go. I'll tell you what. Chickens.
There's no chickens.
There is. There's roosters. You can hear them go cock-a-doo. And you go,
Are they in
"Oh,
those
goodness, smack 'em."
roosts things, or are they running around the ground?
They're running around on the ground.
I've
You
never
just need
seen
to
a
smack
rooster.
'em and you
Never
die.
seen a rooster.
Well, you see, you need to come in with me and I'll show you.
I run.
You've got to play tier 1.
I'm running around with dry
Tier
milk,
2.
trying to figure out how to eat it without dying.
Yeah. Well, you can now make gloves out of bandages, so you don't get blood on your hands, so you don't get infected when you eat a chicken. Oh dear.
Oh man, you're gonna die for a chicken? Somebody is.
Yeah. Well,
That's one of the greatest Game of Thrones scenes of all time, man. Have you ever watched Game of Thrones?
no, I didn't. To be
Oh
honest,
man,
no, I didn't.
there's a scene where this one character, it's called the Hound. He's in a inn somewhere and trying to get some food. And the guy was insinuating he was going to rob him,
Right.
and the Hound essentially says something like, "Well, all right, then give me 2 chickens." The guy's like, "I don't think you understand what's going on here." He goes, "You're going to die for a chicken?" And the Hound looks at him and goes, "Somebody is."
Yeah. That's Daisy all over, isn't it?
Yep. You're going to die for a chicken?
Somebody's going to die for that chicken.
Someone is.
Brilliant. Dude, man, it's
Man.
it's Daisy. We're on a tangent at the moment, mate.
Yeah.
It's normally World of Tanks, but we're on a tangent. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, look, as I said to you before, next time you go in, just ping me on Discord or whatever, and I'll come in with you, and I'll spawn at the same time, and I'll be as vulnerable as you are. But when we get to a point where I think you could be in danger, I'll just go, maybe not. As you walk up to the zombie.
I think it's more fun figuring it out, man.
Yeah,
Good essay on the string. So it's the long stick to make the bow?
Well, yes, you take a long stick, you get the rope, you then combine, I think it is with a rag as well. You might need a rag, I can't remember it off because it's been so long since I made a bow and arrow. You need to make arrows as well, so you need a short stick as well. So, but you can make a bow and arrow, there you go. You don't need all these weapons.
You'll be proud of me. Here's something I finally figured out the whole process for. And I don't know if I could redo it right now. Eventually I'd get there. It took some doing. I made a fire.
Yo! Hey! Get in there!
I had a hatchet.
Did you actually manage to light it as well?
I lit it. I sat by it and got warm. And then I got bored and I ran off and died to zombies a little while later.
How did you light it, by the way?
With matches.
Okay. Here's another trick. If you do get a steak knife, because there's loads of those knocking around.
I had that, yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I was using, yeah.
You can carve a bit of bark off the tree.
I did that, yeah.
And then you can make a fire drill kit. So you don't even need matches. You just make a fire drill kit. You know the old things that you rub like that.
Oh, okay.
So if you look at if you put bark with a small stick.
I'm a city boy
options.
survivor. I
Pardon?
don't even understand what the story here, but I showed up in a field in my underwear. I lived in the city. I'm not going to be able to make that thing. I found some matches. That's all I know. I know how those are.
Well, I'm educating you, so you now know as a survivalist. Well, you've done A&E for crying
You would
out loud.
think-
You must have done A&E.
You would think those. No, I'm not talking about me personally. I know how to do that. I'm talking about my character.
Oh, your character, yeah. Well,
You would think he'd
well,
know
you
these
are your
things.
Character.
He
You are
is.
your character.
He is months into the zombie outbreak, and somehow he survived it without
He
knowing
survived,
these things.
Yeah, he was in an underground bunker.
I'm not sure. I need to know the backstory. I don't understand how I got in the field in my underwear.
In fact, what you were doing, you were swimming the Atlantic in a bowler hat, and the apocalypse happened, and then you hit the shore, and that's all you had with you: bowler hat, t-shirt, shorts, an apple, and a glow stick.
Yeah. Why the glow stick? Speaking of that, I hate the night. I don't ever want to play at night in that game. It's dumb.
No, it's horrible, isn't it?
So what do you do? Sit by a fire or go to another server? I just go to another server. I'm like, screw this. I'm not doing this.
You're not doing it. That's the whole point. You've got to survive.
I don't want to survive. How long does it take for the night to go away? Like in real time?
Well, in real time, it takes, I don't know, 10 minutes, possibly less, depending on the server. Normally, it's times 4, the night time, so it'll run times 4. So if you've got a 6-hour night, then it'll run at times 4.
That's
so
like an hour, dude, or more.
No, it's probably more than times 4 then, whatever. But it goes in 10 minutes. It's fine. Stop stressing.
It's
only
not
night
10
time.
minutes. It takes forever.
Listen to the sounds.
So start the fire, sit your character down, and walk away.
Well, no, what you do is you look at the stars and you find your direction using the stars. You must remember how to do that. You're a pilot, right? And then you head off in the direction you want to go in the dark using the stars. It's not hard, is it?
Yeah, but
apples on the way.
I'm thinking to myself as I'm walking around at night in this game. I can't see a thing. I'm playing a video game and I'm walking at night for. It's been 10 minutes. I'm thinking to myself, Self, why are you doing 10 minutes of my life WASD and through a dark screen going, I can't really see anything. It's
Yeah, occasionally coming across the back end of a zombie and you go, shit, where you come from?
I'm like, this is so fun. I'm having.
I guess what you do is what I like what Artillery Bug says, just log off, go and make a cup of tea, log back on, it's daytime again. I do that when there's a storm. When there's a great big whacking storm, I'm not sitting around here getting going. I'm logging off. I log off, come back 15 minutes later, the storm's over.
Standing in the middle of a field, right? Just log off.
Just log off.
Just like, okay, I'm out.
I'm not playing this.
Your character magically steps into the other universe.
Yeah. Yeah. The world's your oyster when it's a pixel game, isn't it?
Hey, I know how to land nav, man. We did that.
Yeah.
I was in ALO twice. I can do all that.
You can do all that. You know
I can orienteer myself into getting painfully lost easily.
Yeah, easily. I mean, the whole thing about escape and evasion is that you escape but never evade. That's the whole point, isn't it? You do escape, but you never evade.
No, not for long.
No, not for long. I mean, I managed to do it for about an hour and a half until I got surrounded by dogs and nasty-looking parachute regiment people and all sorts of nasties. And I was like, I give up then. Torture me. And they put me in a stress position for 2 hours. I was like, this is just an exercise, guys. It's not for real. Yeah,
so
that was it.
That's my. All right, here's my one survival story. I got a bunch of them, but this is pretty funny. What the instructors told us is, because on the last day you're going to orienteer with aggressors, with adversaries, and you're going to try to get to a point that they've given you, and you're kind of scattered all around it up in the woods in Oregon. And what they said is, even if you see one of us coming, do your best to hide, whatever that is.
Okay.
So they're like, just play the game, do your best to hide or whatever. So me and the dude I was with, we're actually kind of out in the open because we'd come up over onto a clearing, up into a meadow, and we were trying to figure out where the hell we had to go next. So we had the map out, and we're both on our hands and knees looking at the map, trying to orient it in terms of the terrain around us, so we could pick out where we're going and trying to figure it out. We're taking our reading with the magnifying glass. That's the problem. I was trying to use a magnifying glass. You can't do anything.
Watch?
Compass,
yeah.
and a magnifying glass. No, we're using a compass. So we're looking at the map, right? And we've been looking heads down for a while, and we both kind of look up at the same time. And there's a dude standing on the trail about 30 feet from us, looking at us. So we grabbed the map and we put it over us.
Yes, you did. You hid under the map. You can't see me. I'm hiding. Look, it's dark. It's all gone dark. You can't see me. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I mean, when I saw him, I'm like, well,
that geezer.
20 feet away was a tree, because there was a little snow left, and you could get under those, and that was a good place to hide, actually, in the dugout where the snow comes in.
Yes.
Whatever it's got a name. Can't remember what it's called, but I mean, we'd had to get up and run to get her. So we just both do that, and I could hear him laugh, and he just walks off.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah.
Really good on him.
Yeah, he's like, whatever.
Those boys are hiding.
He all gave an effort. It's fine. And I could hear him laughing. Oh, dude.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. As instructors on that sort of thing, it is so funny sometimes. Because like that, you don't realise how far you can actually see. When you're on A&E and your mind's on escaping and evading, you tend to forget that you could be seen from like 5 miles away in your skyline or in any way, shape or form. You know what I mean? And people just track you down. And of course they've got dogs, so you've got no chance, have you? You've got absolutely no chance.
Well, I mean, I did a bunch of hunting when I was younger in the mountains of Utah. So as you're walking around, it's amazing how you can pick out deer and movement and sounds and things as you've done it for a long time. You think like, oh, yep, I know there's a deer over there or whatever. So
we used to do. I mean, I did the sniper course with the British Army sniper course. And what they do is they demonstrate. First of all, they demonstrate a good sniper close position. I mean, some snipers can be within 10 yards of you. and
Yeah.
you'll never even see them.
Yeah.
But they'll demonstrate things like, and one of the things that stood out for me is that if you're in a gorse bush, for example, the fact that if you've used any of the camouflage and it's turned over, it's a different colour and it can be
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
And you're like, even if you brush past something and it moves the leaves upside down,
Yeah.
immediately you can see that from a mile away,
Yeah.
because it's a different shade and it's been turned. So it's all that wonderful stuff, isn't it? Fieldcraft, yeah.
Free Guy, different subject. Yes, that's actually a really good flick. That's pretty funny.
I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's got he's Ryan Reynolds, I believe is his name. Ryan Reynolds. He's
Oh yeah.
He
Ryan
plays
Reynolds, yeah, I know.
he plays
yeah, he's a good actor.
Deadpool.
Yeah, cool. I like that. Yeah, I like it.
His same smartass character in Free Guy, but actually
Right.
pretty funny show.
I might dig that out and have a look at it.
All right, so do you have a? We're going a
I
little
have a
long
competition.
here. Yeah, we have.
I have a
going long.
competition.
All right, hit it up.
I have a competition because you all failed miserably last week. I am so disappointed in you. So I've made it really easy for you this time, guys, and we've rolled it over. So it's 1,000 gold, 1,000 gold in game, EU or NA server only, guys. It's a 3-part question, as per normal, and all 3 answers to the 3-part question has to come as a 1-line response. Who do you have to pay to win? You have to pay Guido to win. You have to buy one of these mugs to win. You buy a mug with the glasses on, you win.
It's
All
rigged.
Rigged. So it's a 3-part question, and it's a question about tea. You see, it's an easy question. You'll all get it because you've been educated.
You just rhymed. You see, it's about tea.
There you go. He's a poet and he didn't know it. Right, so here we go. Part 1 of the question, and this'll tug at your heartstrings, Guido. What and how is sweet sun tea made? How do you make sweet sun tea?
Sun tea.
Talking-
All right, that's not
Yeah,
quite
sun
southern
tea.
sweet tea. You're talking sun tea. Okay.
I'm talking sun tea, okay? So what?
How and why?
Is it made? Pardon?
Did you say how and why?
No. How is it made?
Why is because it's delicious.
Oh right, okay.
Anyway,
that's
go
an
ahead.
easy answer then, isn't it? No, how is it made? Okay. So that's sweet sun tea. How is it made?
All right.
Okay, part 2 of the question. Spicy milky tea from India. What's the name of it? There is a particular spicy milky tea that comes from India and it has a particular name.
Spicy.
Easy. Get the old wiki fingers working.
All right.
Get Pilgrim's Wiki going. You'll see the answers. And then the third part of the question is how long has China been brewing tea? So how long has China used tea as a
China.
refreshing drink? So I need all 3 answers. to
Ooh,
get
I gotta
them in
try
one-
that
in one
Indian
line.
tea.
So China, how long has it been brewing tea for? Spicy milky tea from India is called what? And sweet sun tea is made how? All answers together. No, don't give me one answer, then
That
another
Indian
answer, then
tea.
another. It's all got to be in one line.
That Indian tea looks delicious.
And there's a story behind that when I come back with the answer. Dead easy, guys. Come on, you can do this for 1,000 gold. EU or NA server.
Oh, wow. That's a long time. That is a long time.
Yeah, Gator. Well, okay.
Close.
I'll help you all out with this because I don't want to carry this over next week. Help me has one of the answers. So does Gator. There you go.
My mom used to make the sun tea
Sun tea.
in the
yeah.
summer. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. It's quite good. I don't know why. It's just a little better. It just really is made that way.
Probably something to do with the process.
More than likely, yeah. Well, this yeah,
Well-
it just tasted better than if you just boiled water and made tea.
So yeah, exactly. Meldeeth has another answer correct. So somebody's going to get all 3 answers in a minute. I need all 3 answers together, guys. Not one after the other.
Meldeeth is
Doesn't work that
close.
way.
Meldeeth is
He is
close.
close. He is close.
Unless he was trying to just add on to help me. But you got to type them all out.
Yeah. Artillery bug is also close. So, what's the milky spicy tea from India? How long has China been brewing tea for? And sweet sun tea is made how?
Tea and glass with sugar and water.
Belarus is close, but you're not giving me all three answers in your answers, guys. You're splitting them up. So I need all three answers to the three-part question in one go. Back tea is not the way to go, Cliffy. I've educated you with the teapot the other day. It's not the way to go.
You just forgot the years for China there, Belisarius.
Yeah. You actually need... Okay. I'm very close. I just need all three. Hang on.
Is that Odd Dog? Did he nail it?
Odd Dog, you've got it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. 2732 BC. Correct. Odd Dog, you have won the 1,000 gold. Well done. So, basically, let's go back over it. Sweet sun tea is made by leaving a glass jar out in the sun with the tea. It can be mint tea, it can be anything you like, but it's made in the sunshine. It cooks for a couple of hours in the sunshine. The name of the spicy milky tea from India is called chai or char. It actually pronounced char, although it's spelled chai. And the China tea has been knocking around since 2732 BC. So there you go.
Now the one I saw
sorry, go on.
The one I saw said masala chai. Is that the same thing? Or
it is. Now,
chai masala.
It's pronounced char, and that's where the word charwalla comes from. Charwalla was the guy who used to have a yoke with two big pots of tea on the ends of the yoke, and he used to go around all the British Army camps in India serving tea, and he was known as the charwalla. So in the UK, or in the British Army, a cup of char from the charwalla was a cup of tea.
And
it's still today. That's what he's called it, char.
I like that. Charwalla. Yeah.
Yeah, walla was like the colloquial term for man servant or something like that. So it's like the charwalla's here. The charwalla's here with his tea.
The charwalla's here with the tea.
Yeah, with his cup of char. Nice. Have a cup of char. There you go. So, Old Dog, you have won it. And Belisarius, you were so close, my friend, but unfortunately, Old Dog got in before you. I do feel for you, mate. Old Dog, let me know. I think it's an A server, but let me know the in-game name. Have you whispered already? You haven't you? Thank you, buddy.
Cool.
Winner.
Well, hey, thanks for everybody coming by, man. Much appreciated. We got a couple resubs in there, so that's fantastic. Hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday. You too. The rest of yours there, Pilgrim.
I will indeed. I hope your Sunday is cool. I've got a day off tomorrow, so I can chill a little bit.
Cool.
Just in answering to Belisarius, is there any Indian units in the UK Army today? There aren't. One of my best friends was a Sikh who used to wear a turban. Never used to wear a beret or a military cap. He used to wear a turban with a cap badge in the middle of his turban. And he had a beard like this. He was like, proper beard with it all twirled up and everything. So, yeah. But as for Indian units, I don't think there is. I don't think there is a... we have Gurkhas, yeah. The Gurkhas, but they're not Indian. They're from basically Tibet. That area, the foothills of the Himalayas. They're great guys.
Are they British? So are they British? Are they British citizens? The Gurkha?
They are they are given British citizenship the minute they join the British Army.
So do they only come from that spot, or are there generational ones from the UK who are like to Gurkha parents? Can they join?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. But they have to go through a very stringent process.
Right.
If they come from the Himalayas, they go through this selection process, which is so stringent, and it's like a really big honour to the family to be able to get through the process and become a Gurkha before they come over to the UK for training.
Yeah.
But they're made UK citizens, and they also get a British military pension at the end of their service. So, I mean, that sort of money, taking it back to the foothills of the Himalayas, is like big money. So it helps the family out a lot. Cool. But they I was with them in Central America. When we were doing that little bit of nonsense out in British Honduras / Belize and all that lot. And for pastimes, they used to... they had to draw blood if they draw their cookery.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at a Gurkha, his thumb is covered in scars. Because if he's cleaning it or sharpening it, he has to first cut himself because he has to draw blood. Every time he draws his cookery, he must draw blood.
Good Lord.
So he has to do his own thumb, you know what I mean? And then sharpen it and everything. What a great stuff, eh? But they used to throw them at each other. They used to think it was funny to stand by a tree and try and do Newton's law with the apple on the head. Used to throw them at each other. I was like, do you want to stand there? I went, no. I don't want to stand there, thank you.
They'd be asking me when the last time it was I sharpened it. I'd be like, 2001.
Yeah,
I don't know if you do.
I'm not doing this.
I don't want to cut myself. All right. That's all I've got from the left side of the Atlantic.
That's all I've got from the correct side of the Atlantic.
See you guys.